We're live.
Hello! Welcome to the inaugural episode of the Actual Play UK live stream. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is an Actual Play UK? You're probably not, because you're already here, so I'm hoping you have a little bit of an idea. But in case you don't, Actual Play UK is my attempt to trap and corral a bunch of other amazing UK-based TTRPG live stream and podcasters in a Discord. And then John came along and had the fantastic idea of turning it into a live stream. I thought it was brilliant. I've already captured all of these people. Let's make them do something. So we are here to force them to dance and sing for you and just provide some fantastic entertainment. That said, for those of you who have no idea who I am Jordan Carmichael. I am the moderator. I am the producer, editor, and DM of the current season of Modified Role podcast. With me tonight, I have John of the Trolls of the Tonne Bridges, Nate of the Lads on Tour podcast, Maddy of the... I wrote this down and I put away my notebook. You are the Realms of Peril and Glory podcast.
Yeah.
And Adam of Snyder's Return podcast. Why did I turn my notebook over? It's going great. Great start. I'm going to get everyone to introduce themselves properly as well as introduce their characters tonight, but we're going to start with a quick icebreaker so we all get to know each other a little bit better and pretend that we've never spoken before. So, I'd like everyone to tell me about themselves, the character they're playing tonight, and also how they got into TTRPGs in general. And we'll start with the first person I have on my screen, which is John.
Hello. Okay,
Hello.
I was expecting an answer. No. My name is John, and I am part of the Trolls of the Tonne Bridges, and I am also the person that has put together this stream, at least the technical side of it, for my sins. So Trolls of the Tonne Bridges is another D&D podcast that is doing like Tomb of Annihilation at the moment. Not that it has very much to do with Tomb of Annihilation now. I mean, we're still level 5 after like 2 years, so it's ridiculous. Yes, I got into podcasting, I guess. Was that the question, or was it tabletop?
In general. Or podcast. You can talk about whichever one you prefer, whichever one's more interesting.
Well, I'll stop talking then.
I said more interesting,
sorry.
not just interesting.
I started doing podcasting because of that the great equalizer called COVID, and it was simply a case of I joined a group which we ended up calling Trolls of the Tonne Bridges because I'm based in Tunbridge, and we've got Tunbridge Wells just down the road where a lot of other people were from. See, the name just makes itself. And
it could be worse. Our name was literally a stupid joke I thought of. So.
Oh, there you go. And this wasn't. We ended up doing, I think it was like 4 or 5 games in person at the start of the year, and then COVID hit, and then everything went to shit. And we weren't even intending to do a podcast, but then I kind of, because I'm an idiot and because I'm pushy, and also I'm an egotist, and I love making a stupid idiot of myself. So, I mean, it's tailor-made for podcasting, right? So that's why I'm doing this. There you go.
Brilliant. Okay. Right. Thanks very much. Next on my list here, Nate.
Hi, I'm Nate. I'm the DM and producer of the Lads on Tour podcast, which is a podcast about a stag party in the biblical apocalypse, which is a classic D&D thing. I've been playing D&D for years, and then, as with like 90% of the population, decided to do a podcast in lockdown because I needed to feel something. And during the course of lockdown, my best friend and I kind of like, to kill time, would like bat around different story ideas, different campaign ideas. And I came up with this idea, and he was like, that could be a podcast. And at that time, I was kind of in the early stages of transitioning and was like, well, what's more being a white man in your 30s and having a podcast? So now I have a podcast. How
dare you? I started this podcast when I was in my 20s. Thank you very much.
I'm so sorry.
I'm only in my 30s now.
Do you want to know my character?
Please. Oh,
yes,
John, you didn't tell us about your character. We need to go back to you.
He's not important. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm playing Mustalid Carter, who is a wood elf druid, a wildfire druid, who's recently left the woods that they lived in following a small incident related to a forest fire.
Totally unrelated to their character.
Nothing to do with their character.
Nope.
It just happened. These things sometimes just happen. Yeah.
John, would you like to tell us about your character, even briefly?
No. Yes, okay, he's a wizard. His name is Octavias Crumb, and he has a deep, dark secret.
Don't we all? Maddy, and for yourself.
Hello, yes. I am Maddy. My pronouns are she, her, and I am one of the core cast members of the Realms of Peril and Glory actual play podcast, which started in lockdown, weirdly enough. But I got into tabletop gaming before that when I was doing my radio MA at Goldsmiths. A very good friend of mine called Ella got me into it. We started off with 13th Age, weirdly enough, not D&D. But also I was watching a lot of Critical Role, and I learned the rules by osmosis, basically.
That applies to about 70% of the current D&D scene.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm one of the basic bitches. It's me. And so with Realms of Peril and Glory, we started off with a campaign set in 13th Age called Veil, where I play a necromancer with a skeletal minion called Horus. We're currently recording the second campaign of Veil, and my character's going through a very hard time right now, and we're recording tomorrow, and I'm very scared, so that will be fun. I am going to be playing today Haymaker Jones, who is a tiefling monk who started off doing sort of like the D&D equivalent of action movies, but plays. That is essentially my concept, and yeah, we'll see how she copes with whatever interesting things happen.
Excellent. Adam, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the only other person here besides me who started their podcast before the lockdown.
Yes, but I think we somehow got swept into the sort of I think the timing was just coincidental.
Yeah.
I'd like to say we were pre-pandemic, but the timing's a bit woolly on that one. So I am Adam. I am the pronouns are he, him. I am the interviewer, dungeon master, games master, MC, and editor for the Snyder podcast. We do TTRPG creator interviews, as well as have a City of Mist actual play called Meddlers, Monsters and Madness, currently in its second season. Great TTRPG system to get into, so come and have a listen to that. My character is Hardy. I've gone for just a first name because, you know, I'm one of the cool kids. I started a podcast in my 30s, and now I'm 40, so I have to transition into midlife crisis territory. So I'm going for the single name area. Hardy is a Genasi bard, or Earth Genasi bard, and yeah, that's me.
Perfect. As mentioned, I am Jordan. I am from the Modified Rule podcast. I am one of these basic cishet white men. I go by he, him. I started a podcast in my 20s. Thank you, Nate. And I'm now in my 30s.
Sorry.
So I sort of trapped myself in the stereotype. I will be playing literally everyone else tonight. And with that said, before we get right into it, we have one announcement, which is we have a lovely sponsor for this episode. It's the same sponsor as our podcast. I sort of wrangled him into doing a lovely little giveaway for the stream. So during the interim, we're going to have a little break halfway through where we will be putting out a tweet. And if you like and retweet the tweet, you can be in with a chance to win, shiny, a lovely set of gold-plated dice from our lovely sponsor, DN Dice. Ooh, look at the box.
Look at that.
Shiny box.
That is cool.
Shiny box. Yes, John has done me a favour. I'm putting a nicer, bigger picture up on the stream now instead of me holding it up to my camera. That would be intelligent.
This is what I do, man.
We will obviously be giving you fair warning before we go on the break. We will be putting that up on the Actual Play UK Twitter, the handle being at Actual Play UK. Nice and simple. But I think that's all the admin, unless I've missed something, John. Anything else I was supposed to do that I've forgotten about?
I think you're good. Is it time for some, like, D&D?
I think it's time to play a game, you bunch of nerds. So, this is a very simple premise, as I warned you beforehand. The four of you are part of an adventuring guild. And I'm going to just make life difficult for all of you now. First person to come up with one, team name, go.
the Cheesecake Factories.
Nice. Strong.
Cheesecake Factory, perfect. The Cheesecake Factory, or is it factory or factories?
Let's go for factory because it makes more sense linguistically.
The Cheesecake Factory, which do we even get in the UK?
No.
As you say, you picked like the least British name. Fantastic.
Unfortunately, we don't get that slice of life.
No.
Hey. Oh, what about the Gregs?
The Gregs.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, love it. Perfect.
Okay.
No notes.
The Gregs. The Gregs are on their way back from a successful adventure. Maybe you rescued a princess, slayed a dragon. Maybe you rescued a dragon and slayed a princess. Who knows? All that matters is the job was successful. You're on your way back to the city where your guild house is based to collect your reward. As you are following a path through a forest, you step out into the clear air once more. And as you walk along, there's a lovely panoramic view in front of you, rolling green hills. You hear bird song all around you. And then all of a sudden, as you step forward, you all feel this over your skin. And you step through you recognize it as something you would have all felt before. You step through some sort of magical field, and all of a sudden, about 100 yards off to the side of the road, is now standing a massive stone tower that looks like it has erupted from the earth itself, and a worn path leading up through the grass towards it. This was not there a second ago, but as soon as you step through this veil of magic, it was suddenly just there, at the side of the road.
They've really let headquarters go, haven't they?
You know,
Do they do that? Are they supposed to do that? Is that a thing?
look, I've seen this kind of thing before.
Right, fantastic, cool.
And it's absolutely 100% magic.
I sense that magic by using my eyes. Thank you, Octavias. That's wonderful. Any further value to add beyond its magic? I could have told that from whatever that was.
And that's because...
No, I actually really appreciated that. I thought that might just be a thing that towers did sometimes.
Well,
So yeah, I appreciate the clarification.
that's fine. That's okay. That's what I'm here for.
Now,
As you
this
guys
is-
continue down the path, you see just off the side of the road, sat on just a bit of stone outcropping, sitting, looking up at the tower, is a halfling dressed in very, very similarly to your good friend Octavias Crumb here, in very fine wizard robes, big long pointy hat that drapes over his head, smoking from a big long wooden pipe, just sort of staring up at the tower.
Octavius, a friend of yours?
Well, he may be one of my students. I'm not sure. He looks about the right size. And Octavius kind of looks at him, looks him up and down, and is he wearing the kind of school robes that Octavius is used to?
You probably get I'd say his robes are sort of very personalized. Obviously, certain wizards, once you've progressed beyond the studying, you might specialize and stay in your specialized school of study and continue on that. Others go into more academic research. They go off and branch out beyond the normal schools of magic and look into either a specific topic that's sort of a mismatch of all the various schools of wizardry, or you might go into something that is just completely obscure, maybe looking into the great secrets of the world, or just trying to find a way to make a fantastic cup of coffee. This guy's wearing one of these, it's very specialized robes. They don't sort of indicate a specific school. Hey! But more of a, you get the feeling he's more of an academic wizard.
I think Haymaker Jones will just waltz on up to this halfling and say, "Hello, darling. Excuse me. Would you happen to know anything about that large tower there?"
Ah! Oh! Hello! Adventurers! Ah! Yes! Just what I was in need of. I wonder if you could help me. Yes. Okay. So my name is Roland Blindelwall, a wizard, as you may have guessed. This tower, yes, it belongs to my dear, dear friend, Bran Greenstaff Creel. Now, unfortunately, I received word that he has passed away sometime in the past few days, while carrying out research in his tower here. The problem is, he was a very careful man, and has left his tower's defenses activated. This means I can't retrieve any of his work, to posthumously sort of carry it on for him without posing significant danger to myself. But if you would be willing to accept payment, say 500 gold ahead, I'd be more than willing to contract you to enter the tower, retrieve his works from the study at the top, and bring them back. Is this amenable? I have the ability to open the door. I just don't want to risk my own skin.
Are these defenses the kind of thing that you can punch?
Some.
All right,
Most.
I'll take some. Yes. No, our group has a wide range of abilities, so as long as some of them are tackleable by punching, that's fine with me. How about you all?
Are any of them flammable? Because that's probably fine.
You see things for a second. Yes, I believe so, actually. Yes, several.
Ah, fantastic. Right, now I think I can do this.
Could I ask, would I know who this wizard was?
You can make a history check. See if you recognize the name.
Oh, let's go for it, shall we? Okay.
Oh, I should say as well, if you're looking at the Roll20 screen, in the journal section, you should all now see a journal called Handout 1, The Tower, which gives you an idea of what the tower looks like.
Okay, let me just...
Nice.
There you go, for all of the lovely viewers.
Delightful.
History, yeah?
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah. That's a doozy. 10.
10. The name sounds familiar, specifically the moniker Greenstaff. You recognize that Greenstaff was like a moniker he was given, not necessarily his actual name. And you've definitely heard it passed around in certain circles before, but you don't know specifically anything about him, unfortunately.
Okay, so no idea of the kind of genre of magic that he dabbles in.
Nope, not off the top of your head, unfortunately.
Okay.
Right, I mean, this seems fine and not suspicious at all, so I think we should just go in.
Yes, I mean, the more adventure, the better.
Yeah, she seems confident.
Yeah, Haymaker, you do seem confident. Is there anything around the tower before we get to these defenses we should be aware of? Just, since you've been sat here watching and waiting and hoping that people like us will just pitch up, Roland?
Oh, well, to be fair, the door is currently about 20 feet away from where you're standing. He's like, no, just the inside. It's... So, the tower isn't always here. It's, it travels through interdimensional pockets, and Bran could summon it, essentially, where he wanted. This was the last place he summoned it, and it won't go away because he's dead. That's actually part of from the study. There's a staff and his spell book. If you can get a hold of those, it can be moved again, used.
All right. Haymaker, do you want to take a crack at it?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Excellent. Okay. Brindle sort of dusts himself off, picks up his own staff, says, right, after me, and he steps up to the door. Once he gets to it, he traces out an arcane sigil on the door, wraps it firmly, and there's a flash of light, and the door swings open.
I could have done that.
I couldn't.
Of course. Now, I'll wait for you down here. Whenever you're done, just come back down, and we will sort out payment, and, yes, whenever you're ready.
All right.
After you.
After you.
No.
No, I insist. I'm here for support on this one, not after you.
No. I mean, that's terribly kind of you, but I'm
Mustalid just
such an old
trots on
man.
in.
I was going to say, I'm willing to bet while this conversation is happening, Mustalid and Haymaker have just walked inside. As you step inside, you step through the doorway into a mostly dark interior with a couple of torches just barely illuminating the room. Obviously, those of you with dark vision, that is irrelevant. But you notice as soon as you step inside, the interior of this tower appears to be twice the size of the building that encompasses it. You step into an atrium of aged stone lit by burning torches which hang from the walls. Directly opposite the entrance, in the center of the floor, sits a purple crystal. It's about the size of a man, held in a silver frame. Once the door closes, a light... I was going to say.
A bit much, wasn't it?
Once the door closes behind you, a light shines at the center of this crystal and flashes upwards out of it, and eventually takes on the appearance of a wizened old human man. A permanent scowl twists what little of his face is visible beneath bushy beard and thick, dangling eyebrows. The image begins to speak in a rasping voice that echoes about the chamber. Blindlewall! I know that's you, you conniving little sneak! Unless, of course, you've paid some dim-witted adventurers to do your dirty work for you. Yes, that's more your speed, isn't it? Well, I know why you're here. I'm sure my slippers are barely cold, but you've come for my research. A lifetime of work. My work. Well, you can have it. If you can get it. Good luck, you little wretch. The image cackles madly before getting cut off and vanishing back into the crystal.
Kind of rude.
I mean, I think he could do with some threading on the browser.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It's kind of like a Tupac-ass motherfucker thing.
Oh, no.
Tupac, who is, I'm going to say, is canon in this world.
He's a famous bard, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Friend of yours, Hardy?
Well, I've heard of the work, but maybe just some California love going on. So we're stuck here, and I quite like the rustic look. It was quite. We're getting off topic. This crystal, this tower, this place. I thought you were going to start punching and firing and like magicking things.
I can set something on fire if you like.
Let's do that. Wait,
Fantastic.
No, wait.
Okay, I'm getting very mixed messages about this fire thing. I've already got like a little flame. I'm getting very mixed messages here.
That's what I'm here for. So, who's going where? Where are we going? Who's taking charge?
Currently, the room is bare, empty other than this crystal, except for two large, winding stone staircases which start roughly 15 feet to either side of you and wind up the exterior wall, well, the interior of the exterior wall, heading up to a balcony that's closed off behind the brick that you cannot see.
I mean, I assume we take the stairs. Feels like just feels like the right. I mean, we can take another option if you like. You seem like you know what you're doing, but I'm just gonna take these stairs.
I think we know from where what we've just done on our last job that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just here for the pay. But
right, okay, that is actually fair. No, I'm gonna take the stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna follow you.
Wonderful. Can I give the stairs a quick once over to see if there's any obvious traps?
Absolutely, give me an investigation check.
17.
Nothing. It is literally bare stone.
Love it, fantastic. Let's go. Gonna trot up the stairs.
Cool. You guys make your way around the stairs and you follow it up. There's no banister, no railing. You're walking up a full flight of stairs and you see the bare stone beneath you, the crystal in the middle of the room, until you sort of pass up behind behind the wall, and you find yourself standing on a stone landing, a full floor above, and to your left, well, depending on which way you went up the stairs, facing in towards the center of the tower is now a heavy wooden door.
Ah, the great enemy of every adventurer, the door.
Haymaker, I think this one's got your name on it.
All right, and I just run out and just punch the door.
The door swings open freely, cracking
Excellent.
at the... I'm not going to make you roll. It wasn't designed for that. It cracks at the lock, swings open, revealing, as I move you all to the next map, a room that was clearly used for storage and contains a lifetime's worth of items collected through adventuring. Chests line the walls of the room, and shelves and stands are spaced periodically throughout it. Several sets of armor are displayed on their own individual stands, and weapons in varying styles and sizes are displayed in cases and on the walls. There is directly opposite you another door.
Right, so I have learned from the adventure that we all just previously went on that 80% of chests will try and eat you. So I think I don't know how you feel about that, but maybe we don't put our hands directly into them. Unless you want to. I'm new.
There may be something interesting in there, though.
That is true, but that something might be teeth. From my experience.
Give them a quick
That is
poke.
pretty interesting. You can give it a poke. I'm going to stand over here.
I'm
And
no
watch.
dentist. What do I know about teeth?
He's got a great point.
So all of you do have a token, which you individually should be able to control if I've set it up right. If anyone would like to poke around in this room, feel free to tell me where you're going.
I'm hanging out by the door. I do not trust these chests.
And that's the end of this stream.
I'm standing here.
Thanks very much, guys. This is where we're at.
For the rest of the time,
Debatable.
because I fear furniture, and I think I'm right to do so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pop on over to the nearest chest and give it, like, stand 5 feet or so back, and then take out my quarterstaff and just give it a good jab.
You do so, and nothing happens.
See?
And that seems like a great sign.
No teeth.
Okay, great. Do you want to open it?
I'll give
And
it
when
a
I say do you
shot.
want to, I don't, because I'm still scared.
I'll come over and stand with you. I'll see what's in there. Don't worry about that.
There may be money in there, Hardy.
Oh, yes. You open it, Haymaker, and I'll check the contents. Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right. Yep, I'll just I'll confidently swing the lid of the chest open.
You try to. The chest is locked.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, we should have brought that rogue.
Nobody saw this coming.
Can't believe we've been thwarted by the one thing we can't defeat, which is our small lock.
Locks.
So just while the two of them are wrestling with the chest, are Mustalid and Octavias just going to stand by the door, or do you guys want to look at anything else in the room? I'm not saying you have to, I'm just curious.
No, I'll come in, otherwise I'm just hanging out by the door. I'm gonna go and look at some of the weapons at the other end.
Yeah.
Come over here.
Yeah, the ones you're stood in front of currently by the door are two large, you can tell just by looking at them, sharp-bladed scimitar swords, sort of one on each side, mounted to the wall, facing inward.
Fantastic, that seems fine. Does anyone want a sword?
What kind of sword is it?
Oh no, it's sort of pointy. Like a medium sword.
Sharp on one side.
Yeah.
I think I'm all right with
The other end's got like a
Pointy.
handle.
How heavy does it feel?
I'm not gonna pick it up. I think it might have teeth.
I like that was clearly bait. I
Monty.
didn't have to ask. I didn't have to do anything. The players are baiting one another for me.
Once we've checked this chest, I'll come over and have a closer look. Just,
Right, wonderful. I'm gonna just watch it, make sure it doesn't do anything.
Okay, so what are you two trying to do to get into the chest? Oh, actually, to be fair, Octavius, are you planning to do anything, or are you just watching them?
Octavius, he is looking from afar, in a brave and elderly manner.
You're actually moving towards the chest. It's just taking you this long.
Yeah, I should say
I'll be
say
there
that
soon.
he is very old. He's a human wizard, and he's about 70. So I'm playing to my strengths here. Okay, so yeah, Octavius, he'd actually like to. Is it very dark in here? Actually, you're saying...
No, sorry, I should have said it's actually incredibly well lit. There are sconces all along the walls illuminating the room. Because I realized early on running this adventure that making it dark is irrelevant when most people have dark vision.
Hooray! I'm a human.
Relatable.
Possibly one of the only times I've ever said that. Possibly. Okay, so Octavius, he will start kind of wandering in a geriatric manner, just around, and he's going to essentially make a circle of the room, looking at the various items, chests and looking at what's on the desks and things like that.
Yeah, just for clarification, you're just like looking at the stuff here. You're trying to open anything, look inside.
I'm not
anything?
opening anything as yet because teeth.
Okay.
Teeth.
On the shelves, you see just general like adventuring equipment sort of stacked on all the shelves. You see mundane things from tinder boxes to some very ornate and sometimes you suspect maybe not magical, but like very expensive sort of camping equipment and things. But it is a lifetime's worth of adventure equipment. You can see some have seen a lot of use, some look pristine and never sort of out of the box, as it were. But while you're doing that, Haymaker and Hardy, what are you trying to do to get into the chest?
Stand back, Haymaker. I saw my dad do this once. And Five Fingers Keen, but that was in a different situation. And our rogue did it a couple of times. And Hardy's going to sort of pull out his small dagger and just kind of start pushing it into the lock. He has no idea what he's doing, but he's just going to push it into the lock and start sort of trying to twist. I'll be all right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. A bunch of stuff are about to happen.
Seems legit.
Sorry.
Oh, great stuff. A bunch of stuff is going to happen in quick succession here. Octavias, where you're standing, you hear a rattling behind you, followed by a cum, 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 cum.
Not again!
Mustalid, you see the two swords in front of you very quickly shimmer, and then off the wall,
Teeth!
and begin to move towards you. Haymaker and Hardy, you likewise hear that noise behind you of the same thing that Octavias heard. And now I need to switch layers very quickly. As two sets of armor step down. Ooh, that's the wrong button. Put it on the right layer. There we go. Two sets of armor step down off their plinths with weapons drawn, and two swords detach themselves from the wall and begin swinging quite threateningly. And we're going to enter initiative.
No!
Just as Hardy starts to roll, he's still busy with the dagger and sort of looks over his shoulder to Haymaker and says, I think I'm getting in. It's making some noise.
You're doing great.
This is the most fun part. Adding everyone to initiative.
Love to
Lovely.
click.
I also just realized I've done that when I have specific buttons for these guys. Give me these two. Here we go. This is what I wanted.
Strong.
Oh dear, that was a high roll for the sword. The sword.
The sword. Is
Lovely.
the sword small?
It is a medium. Is it? Oh, hold on. Small construct. Yes. Shouldn't have said
It's not a
construct.
small
It's
sword.
small. It is a small sword.
Small.
Small
Small
sword. Okay.
Not a small
Anyone not rolling in roll 20? Shout out your initiatives, please.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
I got a 19 on the die for a 23.
Ooh.
Read 'em and weep. 9.
And Hardy.
I use roll 20, so I got 18.
Oh, that was you. Yes. Lovely. And descending. So, even with the natural 20 from the flying sword, we're going to have Haymaker Jones going first.
All right. So I'm just going to be like, something I can punch. Excellent. And run up to the nearest suit of armor to me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, since I have my quarterstaff out anyway, since I've been poking the chest, I'm just going to do a two-handed attack on it.
Perfect.
Wait for it. Is that... Yeah, that was a nat 20 for 26.
God damn it. Okay, yeah, that's definitely going to hit, strangely enough.
Cool. So...
Just for
damage
reference,
is-
this combat encounter either just completely rocks a party shit or is a walk in the park. I think I'm getting the impression of what this one's going to be.
Run!
So that was 14 on the dice for 28 plus 3, 31
31 damage?
damage.
Good lord.
What the fuck?
You know, it's level
Double,
5.
yeah. I've got 2 7s on my d8s.
Well, fuck me sideways. Yeah, Hardy, you turn around to see Haymaker just like, I've got this. Just rush towards it. I'm assuming you just punch it.
I've got my quarterstaff.
Oh, sorry, you
and
did
I
the
just kind of-
quarterstaff. Yeah, sorry, you're
Yeah.
you had the quarterstaff.
It's all
out.
good.
You-
I think I just
Hardy,
knock it over like a skittle.
No, you come up to this thing and you like just like baseball swing and you just take the breastplate out. This being like a magical construct, what then happens is the arms and the head just sort of drop down and you're now fighting 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head with no torso.
Mustalid is a little bit in love with Haymaker now.
Yeah. The remaining breastplate clatters to the floor and skids up against the other animated armor that is stood in front of Octavias. But, goddamn, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Let me see. I might as well do an unarmed strike with my bonus action since I can.
I mean, why not?
Just punch the helmet.
Just drive it into the ground.
Yeah, that's a 17 to hit.
That unfortunately doesn't hit, even without the breastplate. Your fist clatters down, and you think, oh, it's just a helmet, and you punch it, and you realize, it's a helmet, and you just come back, your hand throbbing as you've just punched solid metal.
I meant to do that. That was all part of the plan.
Intentional. I was testing its structural capabilities. That said, unfortunately, Mustalid, with you being the only one over here, the swords whisper and flick through the air, and then both flick towards you. So we're going to have some attack rolls. What I find hilarious is the attack listed for the flying sword is literally a long sword attack.
Really?
Well, goddamn. I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say a natural 1 and a 6 don't hit.
They do not.
Mustalid, what would you like to do?
I'm so glad you asked. Mustalid kind of like trying to back away from these swords that are swinging at their face, just goes, oh fuck, Dave! Where's Dave? And summons a wildfire spirit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Which is this this sort of like disgusting little creature that's about thigh high and made of this like twisted burning wood that sort of used to be on fire and is now just kind of simmering, like smoldering embers and kind of flaking away. It's absolutely disgusting, and this is Mustalid's best friend. His name is Dave.
Unfortunately, because I don't have a disgusting little creature token, you're getting a badger.
I'll take a badger. This disgusting little creature. That's all I need. Representing disgusting little creatures everywhere. So that's my action.
Where would you like it positioned?
So next to me, just my little buddy.
Just like step it there?
Yeah. And I'm gonna...
Actually, while you're talking, you keep going, I'm just gonna give you control of it.
Wonderful. I'm gonna grab his hand, grab Dave's hand, and just be like, Dave, we have to go. And as my bonus action, I'm going to instruct him to use fiery teleportation. So he's going to teleport me and himself 15 feet away. And everything that is within that space, so I think the two swords have to take a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
So I'm just going to... 1, 2, 3... And Dave's going to come with me.
7 and a 16.
Okay, so I believe... I'm sorry, let me just double check my saves. So the 16 saves. The 7 does not, so he can take a little bit of fire damage.
Lovely.
It's going to be... Sorry, my brain is absolutely gone. That is 8 fire damage.
8 fire damage. Does the one who saved take half damage, or is it a...
No, it's not a super powerful spell, so that one's fine.
Dude, lovely. The one that does get caught up in the explosion, you see gets like rocked back, and with it being a flying sword, you suspect the actual fire damage didn't do a lot to it, but the force flung it back across the wall, and where it clangs against the stone wall, you see chips form in the blade, obviously having dealt a fairly significant portion of damage to it.
Cool. And then I would like to use my movement to just move another, like, 1, 2, maybe like 20 feet. 20 feet back with Dave.
Oh, you're taking Dave. Okay, Dave move with you?
Oh, I'd never leave Dave. I think he moves
enough.
on my movement.
Oh, I just wasn't sure if his teleport counted as his move, but whatever.
It's a bonus action.
Cool.
Oh, thank you.
Hardy, you going to finish poking at that chest, or are you going to... It's not going to be your focus for the minute.
Chest.
Hardy...
Priorities.
Hardy's sort of still knelt down with the dagger, probably still poking into the lock. And he's going to look over his shoulder. Haymaker, are you all right? Have you got it?
This is a little bit of a issue at the moment. Just shaking my hand.
So Hardy is going to sort of shrug, and you can see his shoulders drop as he sort of pulls the dagger out, and he's going to turn around and move up alongside Haymaker, sort of closing the gap. And because he's that kind of guy, he's just going to attempt to stab metal with dagger, I think, this time round.
As you do.
As you do. In fact, as he moves into close proximity, he's going to sort of start walking up, and he's going to say, I'm hanging in there, just barely throwing up prayers like Hail Marys, and he's going to throw his sort of fingers in a sort of sigil glyph sort of motion, and you see sort of a layer of stone almost sort of slip over his clothing and exterior as he casts Blade Ward as a bonus action.
Probably very intelligent.
And
resistance.
so that was So that was movement bonus. So he moves into up alongside Haymaker, and then throws the dagger at whatever's left of this construction of plate and metal. Dagger. So we go. 17?
17 isn't going to do it. Similarly, probably it might be something to do with the fact that you're now fighting something that's only waist high, and you're trying to stab down at it, but your blade is just careening off the top of this thing's helmet. Don't make a joke about that one.
All right.
I'm assuming you've already taken your bonus action. That's everything for your turn.
That's me, yeah.
I love that I've described this thing as now being that tall. The creature at your feet pulls free from its waist belt, or it's the belt at its waist, which it still has because only the breastplate is gone, and it pulls out a sword. Or, tell a lie, no it doesn't. It's going to hit you with its fists. I'm thinking of the sword. This is not the sword, this is the animated armor. It's going to swing at your shins.
Oh no, my shins!
It's going to be going for Haymaker Jones, so
My
why am I
beautiful
rolling
shins.
dice? I have a button to click. Here we
Nice.
go. First attack, 22, I think it's going to hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I roll... Yeah, there we go. 5 bludgeoning damage for the first one. And as you may have guessed from the title of the attack in the chat, it's going to do that again. I don't think a 7's going to hit, so 5 bludgeoning damage total.
No worries.
Unfortunately, the other one is going to step up to Octavias.
No!
And, and this one, being full height, is going to draw up both of its arms and try to slam them down onto your brittle, frail old shoulders. And rolls a 7. God damn it. And also a 9. I'm guessing neither of those hit.
Amazingly not!
No, you stumble back away from the creature. It's moving very slowly and ponderously as it pulls up the arms, giving you plenty of time to dodge back as it swings them down. Unfortunately for me, dealing no damage. And
You
unfortunately for
wouldn't hit an
them,
old
it is
man.
now Octavius' turn.
You wouldn't treat an old man like this, would you? It's past my bedtime anyway. He as he stumbles back very slightly, he reaches out to grab the arm of the suit of armor, and he casts Shocking Grasp,
Ooh.
which as the target is wearing armor.
Technically correct.
Again, yes. I have advantage on it, I believe. Yes.
Yep.
Right. Dice, that's what they are. Well, 21 on first. Yeah, 21 is
It's
best.
gonna hit.
Okay, so that is... So that's 12 lightning. Yes.
Ooh. You reach forward with your hand, casting your glyphs in the air as you do so, touching the creature's breastplate, and you see the electricity arcing throughout its body, causing it to jump and move and do the robot a little bit. And if I remember correctly, successfully landing that attack also means that the creature cannot take opportunity attacks.
Double checking. Can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
So you could move out of its range if you wished.
Octavius is going to leg it!
Octavius, away!
Let's see. He's going to bravely run away just to the north and hide behind one of these. Are they like benches?
Those are the shelves that all the other items are on, so they are like probably taller than you are.
He won't be able to find me here.
You'll never know.
What was that?
Excellent.
That's it.
No. Lovely. No. Unfortunately, what is going to happen next is Mustalid. As you're sort of watching these two swords at the far end of the room, keeping your eye on them, you just feel something ever so slight and light brushing against your leg. Until you don't feel that, instead you feel something entirely consuming you. The rug at your feet launches itself at you.
Motherfucker.
So,
That's why I don't trust
24 to
furniture.
hit.
That
I'm
is going to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you are grappled. Until the grappled ends, you are restrained, blinded, and at risk of suffocating. But you do not take any damage this turn.
Wonderful.
So I'm just going to put a little marker on you so we remember that. Although how could we forget? That is all it can do this turn. Haymaker.
All right. I am going to go for another attack with my quarterstaff on this assembly of armor bits. And then I'm going to do an unarmed strike, but flavor it as a kick. Just kind of like trying to yeet it across the room.
Not even like a martial arts move. You just like pumped it.
Yeah, just absolutely. Yeah, like it's a football. Oh, that's a nat 19 on the die again, +6.
It's going to hit. Just out of curiosity, what's your damage modifier?
+3.
Don't bother rolling. You strike this creature where its ghoulies would it have been an actual creature, and all bits of it, the helmet, the arms, and greaves just go flying into pieces. You have successfully dealt with the first of the animated armors.
Yeah.
That was only one attack, and you've not used any movement yet. Would you like to do anything else?
Yes, I would love to run over to Mustalid if I can. Yeah, I think I can get there. And then just try and break the grapple of the rug, if possible. With a, well, I've got an unarmed strike. I'm not sure. I can just try and sort of biff it.
I was going to say, because
helps.
you've used I'm assuming you used your action for your first attack, so you would have to either hit the creature or wait until next turn to try and break the grapple. So if you'd like to attack it, you absolutely can.
Yeah, I'll just do that. That too, not going to do it.
But yeah, I don't think you're going to have modifiers to add onto that. So yeah, unfortunately, as it's sort of shuffling around, you see Mustalid inside, like trying to throw this thing around, and you're trying to be very careful not to punch directly where they are. So you just fluff it a little bit as it moves.
Yeah.
That said, what then happens is I need to read something to check what their movement speed is. Oh, plenty. Magic. What you see is the two flying swords at the other end of the room. They sort of flit and spin around and then stop with their points pointing directly towards the smothering rug. And then they are going to dash directly across the room and try to impale themselves in the rug and in Mustalid.
That's bad.
This is just because the comment about being in your 30s, isn't it?
Why would you think that?
I know.
Okay, so the 11 still misses the rug, but this 18 is going to hit. So it's going to roll damage. Well, oh, bugger. Mustalid, you take 1 damage.
Oh no.
I know, terrible. So I'm just going to move that around because I should leave those there. That makes more sense. And the rug also takes a damage. Lovely. Mustalid, so before we do anything else, I need to remind myself what the breath holding rules are. I believe it's your constitution modifier. Drowning and holding breath. That's not what I wanted. Creature holds breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus its constitution modifier. I'm assuming we're not going to be in this combat for 10 rounds,
Yeah,
so
I've got
largely
3, so yeah.
irrelevant. So yes, other than that, you're going to take some damage, unfortunately. So I need to roll some of these because I don't have a button for this one. You're going to take a total of 9 damage as the rug constricts and crushes around you. You feel
Wonderful.
bones getting a bit tight.
Hate it. This is why I don't like furniture. Okay. Is it me?
It is, sorry, yes, that was the start of your turn, yeah.
Oh, okay, yes. Cool. I'm gonna turn into a warhorse. Please.
Okay, let me just check.
Clippity motherfucking glop.
Yeah, clip clop, bitch.
Here's the annoying thing, because I wasn't expecting that. Hold on, let me get rid-
Surprise.
Was
no,
there
not that.
any possibility of you expecting this at all?
Well, do you know what? I should have done when I knew there was going to be a druid here. I just didn't plan on the druid being the one smothered. I need to actually look, so that the roll 20 notes for the rug of smothering are only minimal. I don't know if it's limited to only grappling medium creatures.
Might have a disadvantage.
I am very happy to roll to break the grapple with my super good horse strength. With my
It has to be a medium or smaller creature, and I'm pretty sure a horse is a large creature.
large beast.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna make this like a contest or something. You just become a large creature, and the rug can no longer smother you. This being a rug, I'm just gonna make you large for a second. I'm just going to say that, oh, not dead. Just because it is technically a rug, I'm just gonna say you're technically occupying the same space until you move.
Cool.
So you're now a horse.
I'm a horse now. And I've got
Would you like to do
hooves.
anything else in your turn?
Yes, so I believe that's an action. Probably not.
Just kick over a suit of armor just because.
Stomp on it. Yes. I'm gonna stomp on it. I can't really do it as an actual useful action, but I'm just gonna kind of
Just trot on it. Just clean your
stomp
hooves
the rug.
on it.
Just stand on the rug. Just be like,
Just
fuck
do
you,
some
rug.
dressage on it.
Yeah.
Do some dance sideways.
You see the rug trying to like stretch itself to try and pull itself out from under you.
Octavius holds up 2 numbers.
But he's holding them backwards.
Yeah. Oh, bollocks.
Alright, Hardy. You just saw Haymaker Jones kick the remaining pieces of armor away. What would you like to do?
Hardy is gonna go. Mustalid, I'm on my. Yeah, I don't think you need me anymore. Oh, that one, and he's gonna race across the sort of the small gap to the opposite side of the door. On his way again, do the glyph, recast Blade Ward on himself to get that resistance and that sort of stone-like appearance. It's not stone skin, but it sort of appears in that sort of style. And then he is going to say, I hit you like a hurricane. And he's going to he's going to stand his mic up. He's going to clap his hands together and cast Thunderclap.
Phenomenal. Is that a saving throw?
That is... Yes, that right? I will display on VTT. A con save by the looks of it.
Con save. A natural 20 for a 21, unfortunately. I do apologise.
And that's Hardy's go. It sounded good. It didn't sound good. There's just this large sound that then emanates out and...
The rest of you had to cover your ears when telling me the sound echoes across the room, but unfortunately the creature seems unaffected. Speaking of the creature, it's going to turn towards you, the person who just made a ton of noise, and is going to try and hit you. And let's see if he can do better than last time. Oh my god. Nope. An 11 and a 6, I'm going to assume don't hit you. Like I said, every time I run this encounter, it's either a complete just destruction of a party with everyone in death saves, or a walk in the park. Octavias.
It's not over yet.
No, well.
Okay. Given that these are, I mean, what do I think that's actually going on here? Are they constructs? Are they magically kind of?
I mean,
created?
I don't like making people taking a full action to do things like checks for this. So you can make either a nature or arcana check, depending on which one you get. You'll get different information.
Oh well, nature seems right up my street. No, I can't. That's 14.
Yeah, you immediately recognize this isn't a difficult check. You immediately recognize pretty much everything in here is some form of animated construct.
Right,
Something that has been given a facsimile of life, usually following specific directives. And that's literally everything that you've seen moving in here so far is that exactly.
Okay. Right. In that case, what he's going to do? All right. Well, we can but try, right? Okay. So, Octavias, he just moves this up slowly. Octavias, he starts to make his way very slowly down past the set of shelves, and let me see. So this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. It's really annoying. I can't do that. It's just not going to work. Okay.
Do it.
No, it's just going to be a waste of time. Nah, all right. I can't do that. All right. What I'm going to do instead, I'm going to pull out the big guns and do a firebolt over to the.
Okay.
Take that. He
Smoke
will.
'em.
Yeah, he'll.
You're a day late. 4:20 Blaze it was yesterday.
That's true. Smoke him if you got him. And he will firebolt the suit of armor just stood in front of Hardy, because he doesn't want to risk going past Dave the Badger.
Fire elemental.
Sorry,
who
fire
looks
badger.
Deceptively like a badger.
It does. Okay, yeah.
Just only when he stood in a certain orientation, just the way the light hits him.
So, yes, just firebolt.
Yep.
That's 15.
Unfortunately, again, this creature being made entirely of plate mail, the fire just washes over him,
No!
dealing no damage.
Done! And he takes a step back because he realizes he is woefully underprepared.
Probably a good idea.
Strong.
Haymaker, your friend is free and also a horse.
Excellent. All right. I would like to just start wellying my quarterstaff into the rug.
Give it a
Just
good
like
clean.
you
Just
know
beating
how
the
they
rug.
have those big sort of fan things that they beat rugs with to get the dust out. That's what I'm channeling.
Exactly
right
what
now.
I'm imagining, yes.
Nice.
This
Yeah.
rug walked into the wrong room.
It's like, you dusty piece of shit. And that is 50, 60, 70, 80. That's dirty 20.
Yes, that hits.
And let's see what the damage is. That's 9 damage.
So I have to keep moving everyone's tokens so I can write this on the correct thing. Yes, you start beating into this thing, and you see where you're hitting it. It is becoming like threadbare, and it is still trying to like stretch itself to try and pull itself out from under the horse, which just appeared inside of it. Is that everything for your turn?
I'll do a cheeky little unarmed strike and just sort of do another aggressive kick. That's only a 12 to hit.
Funnily enough,
yeah.
on the rug, a 12 hits.
Ah, nice. Excellent.
Have you ever tried to hit a rug? Exactly.
It's quite easy.
4 damage.
4 more damage. I mean, any damage shouldn't be sneezed at.
Absolutely.
Unless you are kicking up a lot of dust, in which
Yeah.
case you're probably going to be sneezing.
Yeah.
Do you want to stay where you are?
Yeah, I'll hang around this area. There seems to be a lot going on.
Lovely. The swords are... They would be shocked by the sight of a horse if they had the capability to be. They do not, therefore they aren't, and therefore they're just going to keep trying to stab you. Good God. I don't... Even with being a horse, I still don't think a 5 hits you, but the 14 might.
My AC... Yeah, I've got 11 AC as a horse, so...
So the 14 at least does hit, so you're going to get 1 attack. Good God. 2 damage.
Ah, okay, cool.
The swords again flash out. Again, if they could be, they'd be confused, but they can't. So they just immediately try stabbing at you, but you see them coming. This time you get 1 hoof up and knock it out of the air, and it spins away. But you're a horse and aren't particularly dexterous, so the other one just flash across you and nick your flank. But a nick
I dance
is all it
sideways
matters.
away from one into the other.
Oh, I also realized, because I never actually added it to the initiative. Hold on, let me do that. I should have done the carpet first. Carpet technically should have gone before Haymaker. We'll just leave it where it is. So it's going to attempt... It can't actually grapple the horse. And I'm going to say, just because I've been describing it this way, it can't get out from under the horse to try and grapple anyone else. So that's... We're going to say I missed its turn intentionally. That was entirely what I meant to do.
Nice.
Mustalid. No, you just
Great.
went... No, you didn't. You attacked. It's your turn.
Cool. I having grappled this rug. I'm gonna take a hoof attack, so I'm just gonna stamp on it. And so that is that's a nothing. That's a 8.
An 8 unfortunately does not hit.
However, I'm gonna use my bonus action to whinny at Dave, and he is going to take... he's going to attack. Okay, that's more like it. That is a 16 to hit, and he's going to use his flame seed. So he's just going to go and cough some sparks onto the rug. Does 16 hit?
That 16 does hit.
Cool. So that's going to be 7 fire damage.
Yep, you see the sparks catch on the rug and it begins to sizzle and burn off at the edges, but it still is intact for the time being.
Hate this rug.
Hardy, what would you like to do?
Hardy, seeing the armor in front of him less than damaged, and looks over to the group dealing with multiple combatants, looks over and sort of gives a kind of awkward point and a thumbs up. It's kind of one of these towards Haymaker. It says, "You could do it!" And uses or puts across a bardic inspiration, which is a D8 to be used for an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. And then, as the hand sort of drops, he moves and sort of switches out dagger for rapier, hopefully in one fluid motion. Not like that.
Let's let the dice decide.
Indeed. And he's gonna swing, stab, attack. Go with rapier anyway. For 12.
I don't know what to tell you. The creature, the animated armor, is still standing towards you. Not even like lifting arms in defense. You're just wailing on the armor itself. And
tapping
just,
and yeah.
by nature of it being armor, aren't doing anything, unfortunately. You've done your bonus action. Do you want to try and move away from the creature? Do anything else?
No, I think unless the situation changes desperately, Hardy will stay there at least to provide a distraction while they deal with multiple combatants in the middle.
Probably a good idea. Unfortunately, it does mean the creature is going to... I say unfortunately, the last time it missed a lot. So let's see what happens this time. It's going to hit. I assume 18 and a 15?
18 does and a 15 does.
Okay, you're going to get some damage. And I do believe because you used your bonus action differently this time, you don't have Blade Warding active.
I do not have.
That's unfortunate. It would have been the one useful time to have it. You're going to take a total of 10 bludgeoning damage as the creature just, again... I don't know if anyone here has watched Grappler Baki, the anime, so this description may be lost on everyone. But this creature, as you're just stab, stab, slash, stab, stab, moving so quickly, it just raises its 2 arms up slowly and then just drives you into the ground like a peg. Just catching you square on both shoulders. Bang!
Hardy's
Almost
knees
as loud as the thunderclap from minutes ago. You guys hear this echoing across the room as the flagstones under Hardy's feet crack.
and his spine gets realigned.
Actually, that's what the crack was. It was, ooh, my back. Ooh, my back. Octavias.
Me again? Okay, Octavius peers around the corner, runs towards, very slowly, runs towards... Okay,
Runs.
Runs. A magical walking stick appears and he heads towards the suit of armor by Hardy and he's like, okay, Hardy, now watch very carefully. This is how we used to do it back home. And
It's okay, Octavius. I've got it.
no,
got it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Let me demonstrate to you exactly the best way of doing this. And he waves his hand and touches the suit of armor for another shocking grasp.
Ooh, matron.
That's 21.
That's going to hit.
Let's just double check. Yeah, 21 is best.
I both hate and love the fact, Adam, unfortunately, that because you can't land a hit, he is genuinely making you look bad.
That's the way this works.
Just this geriatric old man's, I've got this.
Zappity-doo-dah. Okay. That's 7. 7 points
damage.
Of electricity.
The suit of armor is beginning to look a lot worse for wear. The scorch marks from the electricity coursing over it are beginning to become... they're sort of just taking over more and more of the armor's sort of surface.
Yeah,
and it is
you
not
are.
looking particularly happy.
I softened him up for you. Octavius.
That's okay. I'll leave you to the rest. And he takes a couple of steps backwards.
Of course. Haymaker Jones.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna continue my vendetta on this rug, just kind of jabbing at it with my quarterstaff between the feet of Mustalid the horse.
I really feel like we're bonding.
Yes.
Nice.
It's turned into some weird, like, Morris dance.
Yeah, there's something because like Haymaker learned her monk abilities from like doing show
From
fights
Morris dancers.
yeah, from doing show fights in the theater, and so she's just like, yes, this is wonderful. This is quite a display. Yeah, that's 12 to hit again.
You've got
Yeah.
the D8 if you need it. So.
Yes. Yeah, I think I got 6 on the die plus 6, and I remember that the AC was 12 before.
12 hit before, yep. So it still hits.
Amazing. That's 8 damage.
Goddamn. Still up, but looking
Still up.
very threadbare at this point. I like to find interesting ways of describing creatures as bloody, and you can't really describe a rug as bloody unless someone's
Afraid.
bleeding on it. So I think threadbare works for the rug.
Threadbare's pretty good.
Nice. And I'm gonna spend a key point and do flurry of blows because I really hate this rug. Just do
Yes.
2 unarmed attacks. Just kind of
Well, god
tearing
damn it,
into
somebody in the Twitch chat made a better joke than me.
Well done, Twitch chat.
Yeah, they said the rug looks very rugged.
Cheers, Greg.
Good.
Nice. That is 15 on one of the
Going to hit.
flurry of blows, and then nat 18 on the other. So yeah, 2
Both
more.
hits.
DMD
Go
Beyond
on.
is being very kind to me. 5 damage on the first one,
Yeah.
and 6 on the second one.
You slam the staff into this rug, and you see how you do it, sort of like the carpet from Aladdin. You see like it almost looks like it's a motive. It sort of like shocks out, and its sort of ends sort of sit up and twinkle in the air as it's shocked from the blow. And then you start standing on it. So you might call it kicking, but you're essentially just standing really hard on the rug and twisting your foot and grinding it into the ground. And you do that until it finally sort of goes limp and stops moving. It would almost be a very sad scene were it not that this thing was an utter bastard. The
I've
rug,
never hated anything more than I've hated this rug.
the rug
Minorly
is no more.
inconvenienced me.
The rug is no more. It is an X rug. Would you like to use any movement?
I will use a free action to say, Mustalid, would you mind if I took a ride?
Absolutely.
Wait.
I can't say anything, but I just kind of nod horsily.
Then I use my movement to climb up on Mustalid.
Incredible. I'm so excited.
Nobody gonna make a joke about taking a ride. No.
I don't understand.
Alright.
Can you explain?
No. Please.
I would, but I'm a cis white man, and it would come
Please
across.
elaborate.
Anyway, you're now riding the horse. No jokes, please. The rug is dead.
Never.
Is the flying sword? The flying
No
swords have a
jokes,
new
please, we're
target.
British.
Matron. The horse has now got someone on top of it. The swords, confused if they could be, now attack them. 14 and a 16. Do either of those hit your armor class?
Is it me? Or
Oh no,
Haymaker?
sorry. It is. I was about to say Maddy, but not Maddy. It is Haymaker. They're attacking.
Cool.
Yes, both of those hit. My armor class is 14.
Excellent. Then you will be taking. Ooh, a total. These swords are finally doing something. A total of 12 damage.
All right. Oof. All right, this is looking a bit hairy now.
Then it is Mustalid's turn.
Wonderful. Cool. I am going to remain a horse because I'm feeling
Horse.
it. And I'm going to kick one of the swords with my hooves because that's the one thing I can do. I'm gonna kind of rear up with Haymaker on my back and just boot one of the swords. And that is okay. That's a bit better. That is a 19 to hit.
A 19 is of course going to hit.
Wonderful. So that's
I'm also assuming
11.
you're attacking the one that's already damaged.
yeah, sure. That's 11 bludgeoning
Good idea,
damage.
because as you spin, lifting your rear hooves and kicking out at this thing, you catch it right where the blade joins the hilt, and it shatters into pieces. You have successfully destroyed one of the swords. One of the swords.
Yes.
It is now dead.
So,
Would you like to take any movement or stay where you are?
I feel like stay where we are for now. It's gonna hang out. I'm gonna take out this other sword.
Perfect. In which case, it is Hardy's turn.
Hardy's going to sort of extend and sort of arch his back, and you can hear everything sort of click back into place in a very uncomfortable. He's going to look across and see what's happening in the middle of the room, and notice that the rug has been laid to rest, and that one of the swords is damaged. He calls across to Mustalid, who can comprehend, and he says, "I was going to use one of those," and then attempts to, in a slightly irritated, frustrated way, stab the armor again with a rapier, as though proving a point that he needs a better sword.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, pretty much. When that catches up with itself. 23.
23 is going to hit. It looks like the electricity did in fact soften it up.
Hardy softened it up. Anyway.
Sorry, yes, of course.
Mm, 8 points of piercing damage.
You somehow managed to find a sort of joint in one of the arms where the sort of shoulder pauldron meets the breastplate. You stab the blade through, cutting some of the sort of leather straps that would hold it together, and the left arm of the armor now sort of flops, not fully attached, dealing a significant portion of damage. The creature is still up, but it wishes it wasn't. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Hardy gives a very quick sword salute across to the middle, as though just to finish off the bravado.
Excellent. The bravado lasts until the creature, injured and still fully intent on you, launches its own assault. I say that, it could miss again. 10, of course. But then a natural 20.
Oh.
Almost unaware that its arm has been partially unattached, It swings with that arm to try and hit you, but it is essentially trying to hit you with what feels like a very heavy, but nonetheless limp noodle. The other arm, however, is still fully attached, and having sort of fending off the limp arm to the one side, you're wholly unprepared for when the other one comes around, fist balled, and just takes you square in the side of the head. So you will be taking a colossal 5 damage.
Ooh. Pride is bruised more than body.
Yeah. That is the end of its turn. Octavius.
Okay, I see you're still struggling with this one, Hardy. I'm just going to show you how to do it again. Okay, and he walks up to the suit of armor and waves his hand again.
Old man.
Okay.
Don't you do it, old man.
This is how we do it. Okay, ready?
This is how we do it.
So that's, oh, look at that. That's a natural 20.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah. Roll your damage.
Okay. Let's see. So we're doubling dice?
Yes.
Okay. So that is 16 points of electricity.
You sort of almost unaware. Well, no, you tell me. Are you fully aware that you're riling Hardy up with this, or in your mind is this just you being helpful?
Well, this is okay. So Octavius is he's quite used to be. He used to be part of a school, and he's no longer part of that school. And he kind of views everybody around him as kind of a teaching moment. So everything that happens, it's like okay, this is how you do it. Even though he's probably a bit rubbish.
So, wholly unaware of this rivalry that has developed, or has probably been long-standing, but only for one side, you totter forward, holding yourself up on your staff, and again trace this sigil in the air and just touch it to the breastplate of this creature, at which point it literally explodes with electrical energy, the limbs just falling off as the armor falls to the ground in pieces.
There you go. Remember that for next time, okay? And he slaps him on the shoulder.
Mustalid is also a little bit in love with Octavius now.
He's
Oh my god.
Okay. Is Octavius planning to stay where he is, or would he wish to move again?
He will. So the only thing that's left is this sword. Is that correct?
Flying sword, yes. Entirely uninjured.
Oh, that looks like a tricky one. Okay, so he's going to... I think all he can actually do is walk back to there, because he did wander over. So
perfect.
That is Octavius's go.
Haymaker, you're astride a horse, quarterstaff in hand, with a sword flashing towards you. What would you like to do?
I'd like to baseball that sword out of the sky.
While you roll, I just the Twitch chat has just said, okay, but does Octavius fart when he walks away, though? I like to imagine he slapped Hardy in the shoulders, like, remember that for next time. So there you have it, Twitch chat. Yes, he did.
Unfortunately, I only got 10 on that one.
Oh, let me just double check. They definitely aren't as... yeah, unfortunately, a 10 does not hit.
And...
Unarmed strike?
Yes, if I'm within reach, then I would
Yeah,
love to
we're gonna
just
say,
sort of...
Sure, why not?
Just reach out and try and grab the hilt and just sort of give it a good shake.
Why you?
Oh, that's that 20 again.
All right.
Okay.
You roll damage.
That is 16, so that's 19 damage.
Yeah, okay.
That's the sound you love your DM to make.
Are you alright, Jordan?
That's an offhand attack. Like, where's the... What? Yeah, you wait and you watch this flying sword's movements, and you wait until it flashes towards you, at which point you sort of duck your head back until the sword is almost past you, grip a hold of the hilt, turn and just fling it towards the ground, intending to perhaps maybe embed it in the ground and slow it down, but it just shatters on impact. And we are out of initiative. As you have
Amazing.
handily dealt with the defenses of the tower in the first room.
I'm gonna kind of like sort of duck down to try and suggest to Haymaker that she might want to get off my back before I become an elf again.
Or,
Yes.
alternative idea, you turn back and just have her in a piggyback.
A little bit. Oh yeah, no, fuck it. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna turn back into an elf and just. Look, you're a tiefling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite small, so I'm just like, oh fuck.
Oh, sorry. I'll just climb down.
Sorry, I couldn't explain to you because horses can't talk.
That's perfectly all right. Thank you
They
for
can
the.
count, though. Anyway.
Right. I mean, that seemed fine. I did tell you that the things might attack us, but in my defense, I did say they would. I guess I said they would have teeth, so I can understand why that happened.
No teeth.
No teeth. No teeth. Do we want anything from those chests? Or do they have teeth?
I do enjoy a good jest.
Same.
Matron.
I'm gonna wander up to a chest. Give it a stab.
Okay,
What am I
any
gonna
in
do to
particular?
Oh yeah, I forgot I could do that.
Oh, let me just make you a medium. There we go. Normal
There
size
we go.
again.
Back to a regular guy. Yeah, I'll just go to a random chest. I'm gonna go to this one.
Hey, Mustalid, do you want to help me with this chest I was about to get open first?
Oh yeah, right. Where are you?
Just move it down here.
Oh, hiya.
Behind the
Down.
shelf.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
didn't see
so-
you there. Yes.
So the main thing is the chest. This chest at least that you've come to is still locked. If you're planning to try and break into it, you have two options. You can try a sleight of hand check. Obviously, if none of you have thieves' tools, you'll be doing so at disadvantage. Or you can just try to break it open with brute strength, in which case you need to make me an athletics check.
My athletics isn't amazing, but I'm gonna give it a try. Just
Well, bear in mind, if two of you are working on it, one of you can roll, the other can help to get it at advantage.
As
I'll hold it steady.
Can
Right.
I say, as all of this stuff is happening, I would like to ritually cast detect magic whilst they're getting on with all of that.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that's going to be a 10-minute spell. I need to Google something. Ignore this.
I'm ignoring.
I've got it, Mustalid.
I got a 19 on my strength just while you're googling.
Oh, you were so close. You start to hear the lock sort of creak and the wood of the chest crack a little bit, but not quite enough to break it open.
Right. Well, fuck this chest. I tried.
I'm out.
I'm done. I tried one thing, and that's it. As my dad said, if at first you don't succeed, stop and
Try something
feel bad
else.
about yourself.
My dad said whiskey keeps his whistle wet, but hey. Look, all right, so we're not getting into my chest. And you broke my sword.
No.
Is this my day?
I think this is your day. I mean, there's bits of swords if you want them. You could use them as they're kind of like smaller swords, so they're sort of like a little knife.
I
know
already
that
have
interests you.
one of those.
You already have a sword. I don't understand. Okay, I'm just gonna walk away.
No, I've.
I'm off. Dave's gonna come join me at this chest. He's still
Mustalid,
around.
Is Dave individual, or does he come as a part of a set?
He's my mate.
Collect them all.
He's my best friend.
Gotta catch 'em all. Sorry, yes, Muslim, you've moved over to another chat. Are you trying to break this one open, or
Yeah,
what's your
fuck it.
plan
I'm just
here?
gonna keep cracking on, see if I can smash one open.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
athletics
really
check.
have that much of a chance because I
So-
have a nothing. Nah.
I was gonna say, if you want to pick like one in particular, we could do a take 20, which is sort of less commonly used D&D rule, where essentially you take 20 minutes at a task and you get a 20 essentially.
Yeah, I'll do that. Otherwise, it's just going to be a super exciting stream of me just rolling and failing at every single chest.
Well, that's the thing. Would you like try every chest to see if they're all locked, or are you just gonna pick one, break it open, and stop?
I'll probably try them to see if they're all locked because I feel confident based on that one door that wasn't locked that maybe
Okay.
some things aren't locked.
Octavias, you detect no magic in this room.
Okay.
Oh, actually, hold on.
I detect myself.
Not in public.
Not again. It's the reason I had to leave that school.
Oh my god.
Gone over this so many times, Octavias. I don't need to hear it again.
I'm going to say, because I can't remember if it's meant to work on potions or not, but you do detect what appears to you like a fairly recognizable aura of a healing potion, or 2 healing potions coming from one of the chests, probably the one in the very topmost left.
Over there. And he starts wandering over in that direction.
So bear in mind that would have taken him 10 minutes to do.
What, the walking?
Probably the ritual casting. Would Mustalid have gone around and checked all the chests while that spell was going on, or would you have waited for him to do that? Okay, cool. Where will everyone else be while Mustalid, or what is everyone else doing? That wasn't an ominous question. While Mustalid was checking chests.
I think Hardy would have been a few steps behind, just kind of casually observing the progress and, wanting to help take credit for anything that arose, and then got bored and started doing another lap and just kind of, yeah.
Cool. If you would like to select a position in the room then, and Mustalid, you get to this chest in the sort of top northernmost edge of the room in the center. And this one, as you reach forward to see if it's open, you suddenly find your hand adhered to the surface of the chest. And we're going to roll initiative again.
Oh, motherfucker.
I will say, we're at the 1 hour 30 mark.
But I was about to say, we will roll initiative, and then I think that'll probably be a good place to take a break.
Okay.
So if everyone wants to roll initiative, just so we get it all recorded, and then we will have a quick respite. I also like not to sort of give too much away, but I also like that there's no reason to stop in this room. I have every encounter I have run for this, everyone tries to break into a chest or pick something up. You can just walk through and nothing happens.
Yeah.
If you just go to the other door, nothing happens. I have
That's
never
not fun.
I have never run this game and a group has done that. Every time they touch something, they pick something up, they break into a chest.
Of course. This is D&D.
It's the
What, we're gonna
ultimate
not touch
player
the
test.
chest?
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna roll. Oh well, you're very lucky. It rolled very badly.
Told you a chest was gonna have fucking teeth.
So initiative for Octavias.
Mine is 19.
Good God. Haymaker Jones.
23. This is the best I've ever rolled in any game. It's ridiculous.
And Hardy rolled an 8. Lovely. We are going to take a quick bio break. And then we will come back to the action. While we are doing this, guys, I am just about to put up a tweet on the Actual Play UK Twitter channel. If you go and like and retweet that tweet, you will be entered into a chance to win a lovely set of gold. Take that out. Lovely set of gold dice. Look at the box. Pretty box. Pretty dice. Pretty box. Pretty dice.
Ooh.
Take a look on the Twitter channel. I will put a link into the Twitch chat as well. You'll have until we come back from our bio break, which will be an indeterminate amount of time. I'm lying. John, how long do we have?
10 minutes?
10 minutes. You have 10 minutes. Tweet is now live, and I will copy the link in momentarily. So please go give that a like, give it a retweet. If you're enjoying the show, tell us your favourite part so far. It won't help you win, but it'll be fun to read.
Woo! Yay!
Woo! Alright, thanks very much, guys. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Hello, welcome back to the stream. I hope you've all been suitably refreshed and bioed. Everyone took the full compliments of the bio break to get bioed. We have, I don't know.
Are you okay?
No, I think I'm having a stroke. I'm just very excited because we have a winner for our first competition on the first stream. So congratulations to Gregory Dykes at Gregony5. You have won the gorgeous set of, I'm going to do it again to annoy everyone, golden dice. Look at that. Ooh, shiny.
Well done,
Shiny
Greg.
box. Ooh, shiny. So congratulations to Greg. Golf clap. We will get these sent out to you ASAP. I will DM you provided that I can. At some point, we'll get in touch. We'll sort it out. Don't you worry. And we'll be sending these to you as soon as possible.
I am slightly his friend, so I'm slightly. No.
Guys,
I have
there's
never
no
heard
no
anything-
that's not true at all. There is
That's
no
not-
favoritism.
There's no
We just-
favoritism. This was not
I
real.
have never heard something more devastating
It's
than
awful, isn't it?
slightly my friend. Oh,
This is so like
Strong bond.
slightly.
Strong bond.
Thank you, Sam. I like to imagine I sound very human all of the time. Like a human man, I talk with my mouth and say words that people understand. That said,
Congrats.
let's say some more words. Mostly, let's get ready to fight.
Hey!
Unfortunately, this combat is going to begin with what is colloquially, that's a word, I said it right, don't argue, known as a surprise round. The creature has caught you by surprise. The creature being surprising no one, a mimic.
In a room full of chests.
Motherfucker.
As
Right.
Mustalid puts their hands on the chest to try and pry it open, suddenly they find their skin adhered to this horrible, acidic but sticky surface, at which point the chest opens of its own accord, revealing row after row of pointy teeth and a long, lashing tongue that reaches out to try and grab a hold of you. So,
I'm
it is going
furious.
to... First of all, try to pseudopod, and I believe a 17 is going to hit.
Yeah,
So you-
sorry, that will hit.
Okay, you take 5 bludgeoning damage.
I am angry.
You're also grappled.
Okay.
No!
But that is it for its turn. So top of the order, Haymaker Jones.
All right. I am going to rush up, get right in there. Yeah, between you folks, and I think no. I am going to just do a flurry of blows again on the chest. I'm just going to pummel this chest.
Of course.
Um,
Why wouldn't you?
So let's go for it. 14 to hit.
A 14 does hit.
Excellent. So for the first of the 3 punches, that will be 8 damage.
8 damage, lovely.
Then a 24 to hit
Yep.
for 7 damage.
Could you do me a favor and stop fucking rolling so well?
And then I'm 23. D&D Beyond, what are you doing? For 7 damage.
God fucking damn it.
I'm just going to be like, get away from my guild mate.
Yeah.
So you're just like, yeah, you tell him. Ah!
You tell him, Steve Dave. No one get that now.
I take exactly what I think I was with your flurry of blows was a bonus action, so I believe that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Octavius, your friend is punching a chest. Your other friend is stuck to a chest. The chest
is
has
it?
teeth.
Classic Friday night.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, certainly what I would be doing if I wasn't here.
Sorry to get in the way
Same.
of your evening. Okay. Octavius will. Oh, he's going to. Yeah, he's gonna look at the chest that has suddenly become alive, and say, "Okay, so this is what we used to do back home. And he starts to do this kind of motion with his right hand, and he pushes his left hand out, and a firebolt comes out and goes in the direction of the mimic.
Of course, roll to attack.
And that is 13.
13 hits.
Oh wow, that's a surprise.
Strangely enough, the creature not very high AC.
Yeah, it's just got tons of bloody hit points, isn't it?
I mean, much less now.
I guess, yeah. D10s, where are you? There we are. That is 12 points of fire damage.
What the fuck, guys? The creature, now dented and scorched, begins making a horrible, like, blubbering, crying noise. Still alive, though. Still alive.
We'll see.
Okay.
Do you want to stay where you are, Octavius, or do you want to move?
Octavius will take a step back, just to keep out of the way of the melee fighters, and yeah, he just says, "Oh, reminds me of my wedding night," and that's it.
You're married? Okay, Mustalid.
It's my
Okay,
fifth wife.
Womanizer.
I grappled, so I can't do much that involves movement, so I am going to just kind of grab it and cast Burning Hands. So it needs to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Lovely.
And stupidly,
Dex.
I left.
Natural
Dave's.
20. Ha-ha!
Nothing happens. I don't think anything happens.
Well,
Check
Burning
it to
Hands, I
take
believe,
half
because it's a
damage.
first level spell, it should take
Yeah.
half.
Oh, it's half damage. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So, hang on.
Which is hilarious when you consider you're literally adhered to this thing. It still managed to dodge out of the way.
I am not very dexterous. 15 halved to 7.
7. Yeah, I think that's literally what happens. Because your arms are literally adhered to this thing, you're trying to like cast it, and it just sort of like moves your own arm, so it's like pointing above it. But some of the exterior fire lands on it, dealing damage of some form.
I've left Dave's token
Yeah,
over there.
I'm just going to assume that the fire thing was following you around.
Cool,
It can start its turn
nice.
like there. I'm
Right.
not going to mean it's that you didn't move the token. It's
Didn't move
following you.
Dave.
Yeah, it's following
Thank you. You're very kind.
Don't you forget it.
I would never. He's gonna do flame seeds then, so he is going to attempt to just go "Pih" again, spit some flame at it, and he's gonna roll a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Fuck yeah. And that is a 4 fire damage.
I have a sneaking suspicion the one attack this creature made may be the only one it gets to make.
R.I.P. slut.
Hardy.
Starts sort of looking through the crowd of people there at the mimic, and sort of starts grumbling to himself. He's like, "Well, it didn't open my chest, so I suppose all right, I'll just come round." And he'll sort of saunter round to his movement, and on the way round, he'll sort of sheathe the rapier and pull out the dagger, and he just sort of looks at it and just kind of tosses it at the mimic, just kind of throws it almost off hands, like, "Deal with the chest though with my stuff."
Alright, give us an attack roll. A 13 hits, you can roll some damage.
All right, too much, but we'll take whatever's rolled.
3 damage.
3.
You're all very kind in allowing me to have at least one more attack. Hardy, would you like to do anything else?
Crosses his arms in frustration.
Hooray! The mimic gets one more attack, and because it has the grappler feat, it gets to make it at advantage. So an unnatural 20, I'm going to assume, hits Mustalid.
That does indeed hit me.
So you're going to take a total of... Oh, sorry, it does 2 types of damage. 4 piercing and 6 acid damage.
Ooh, okay. Sorry. I have a spell.
Oh,
acid damage. Nah, fuck it.
Well, now I'm
save it.
worried. Okay,
Fuck
fair
it.
enough.
No, I'm saving that. I'm just gonna take the damage. How much for that altogether?
10 altogether.
Altogether, yeah. I'm gonna save that spell for later.
It's good.
Not
to
for any
know.
reason more than just that it kind of vaguely unsettles Jordan.
Alluding to spells I don't know about. How dare you?
Mysterious spells. I know
That's
stuff.
it. It says the person who forgot what was on their character sheet until an hour before we started.
I don't know what a druid is.
They're the ones who can do sneak attack, right? Haymaker Jones.
All right. I would like to. I think what I would like to do is see if I can break the grapple on Mustalid and see if I can help.
You
get him
absolutely
off.
can try.
I'll give it a go. So, what would
So
that be?
just so you're essentially attempting to make a escape grapple check for your ally. I will say, due to this creature's adhesive trait, you will be doing so at disadvantage.
Fair play.
So you can, I would say, because you're doing it for an ally, it has to be athletics.
Cool. No worries. First
And
roll
unlike a regular
is-
grapple check, it's not rolling. It just has an escape DC.
Cool. First roll is a 23, so that's good.
That one would work. Now please
And
don't
the
roll as
second
well in
roll
this
is
one.
also a 23. Jesus Christ! What is this?
Yeah, you just like reach out, you plant, knowing that this thing is like adhering to things, you like plant a boot on its surface, grab a hold of Mustalid's arms, and just rip them free. There's a very uncomfortable moment for you, Mustalid, but it just tears, it doesn't tear anything off your body, but it tears this like mucousy, almost glue-like surface of the mimic away from it, and you come away with some of it like sort of disintegrating in your hands.
Disgusting.
We do actually, while it's on your turn, Haymaker, we have a question. What way is of the monk paths is his Haymaker following?
It is the open hand, I believe.
There you go, guys. Open hand. The way of jazz hands.
Exactly.
Is there anything else you'd like to do in your turn? I would say, obviously, that was obviously full action. Anything else you want to do?
Let's just check something real quick. I would like to spend a key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action. So just to... I probably won't need it, but I'll just make sure that I'm out of the way of any future
Yep.
attacks for this next turn.
Perfect. Then Octavias.
Oh. Octavius wakes up. And fires another fireball. What? Foot.
I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Hadouken. Okay. Okay, watch out, Carter. That is 16.
16 hits. Give us some damage.
Whoa. Right. No, that's a D8. God damn you! Why do they make dice look similar? There we go.
Just remember, D8 is 2 pyramids, butt to butt.
Yes.
Hermes butt to butt.
Oh. Nice. 20.
God, what? I swear you guys are just picking up random dice at this point.
Double zeros on that one, my friend.
Yes, you flash this ball of fire towards the creature, right as it's opening its mouth to try and clamp back down on Mustalid's legs this time. But the firebolt hits it square in the mouth and it bits and pieces of this mucousy amorphous blob sort of explode everywhere as the wood effect on the outside of the creature begins to dissipate, and what is left is just this horrible blob of gelatinous goo. You have defeated the mimic.
Hooray!
A problem of your own choosing.
Mustalid just points at the mess and goes, teeth! I was right. Fuck it.
So, as a reminder, there was one chest that had some magic in it in the sort of top left corner. Other than that, you did not detect any magic in the room.
And Octavius points to the chest and says, "Open that one! There's magical things in there. I want them."
Right.
So if we do what was discussed before, we'll do unless you want to roll for it, we'll do a take 20. You have 20 minutes and you just break it open.
Yeah,
Is there a time limit on this?
No, absolutely not.
Tower.
But I just assume you guys don't want to sit here for 20, 40, 60, 80.
That's fair.
You eventually manage to break this one open, and inside you find 500 gold and 2 potions of healing and a book of riddles.
Nice.
God,
Does anyone want this book?
I was hoping you would treat us to some enjoyable riddles.
No, thank you.
He puts his head down and shakes his head.
Oh, no,
I thought
Dad.
better of you, Carter. Jones, over to you.
Oh no, I've got daddy issues and I don't like this.
Don't we all?
Please approve of me. Yes, 2023, man. What do you want from me? We're all D&D podcasters. We have great relationships with our parents.
All right, I suppose I could do a dramatic reading of some of these if that would please you. But
Please,
I'm growing quite tired of this room. Perhaps we should shuffle on to the next one.
Oh, at which point Octavius then stands up where he'd actually sat down getting ready for the reading. Okay then, guess we go.
Come
Just
on,
real-
old man.
Real quick, I would like to cast... No, I'm doing the voice. I'd like to cast Cure Wounds on myself because I got the shit kicked out of me by some furniture.
Yes, absolutely.
Does anyone else need... How's everyone else looking? Does anyone else need any stuff?
I'm at less than half, so yeah, I think.
Do you want to Cure Wounds?
Yes, please.
Okay. I will... Yeah. So that's 8 damage. Cure Wounds is not good. I'll cast that at a higher level. Sorry, this is very exciting watching me just work out. We don't have potions. Yeah, I'll give you 2nd level Cure Wounds, so that's 6. 12.
Oh, actually, one thing
points.
I did completely forget to say at the beginning. This, with you guys being a group of adventurers, you all would have begun the adventure with 1 standard healing potion each.
Oh, nice. I'll neck that.
Hooray!
Yeah.
You can
Chug,
keep...
chug, chug, chug.
Thank you
Oh,
very much.
fucking A. 8 plus 2, so 10 for me. Delightful.
Gets out the hose. And...
The dentist chair. I like.
Oh, well. No teeth.
So what's the healing from a stand-up potion of healing? I've played
2d4 plus 2. Shut, 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 everybody! Ooh. That was unfortunate.
It's something. What's that? 6 in total.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll survive. Hardy will also go and collect his dagger from out of the goo.
Yes,
On the
you
way
can
up.
quite easily get your dagger back. That is perfectly fine.
Wonderful.
Excellent. I'm assuming that, are we having a dramatic reading of riddles, or are we moving on to the next room?
I think I will. Perhaps later we could have some kind of, maybe a little sort of open mic night situation. That might be quite fun.
Oh, delightful. Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
But I feel like we've got some business to take care of first.
You open the door at the eastern side of the room, and it leads out into a very similar sort of scene before you as previous. A set of stairs going in either direction, circling around the shape of the tower. I'm just going to assume that nobody says anything. You're going to follow the path.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing so. Unless there's a Tarask.
I mean, funnily enough, squeezed into the left-hand hallway. No, each
Only a
always seems to
little
be each always seems to be much of a muchness, and they follow the sort of shape of the tower again. And you find yourselves going up and up and up until the 2 stairways meet again in front of another heavy wooden door, sort of pointing in towards the center of the tower again.
Can I try and just push this one open?
Yes, it opens.
Right. Oh, sorry, do you want to kick it? I close it again.
No, thank you.
Right, okay. I open it again.
The room opens, and inside you can see that it is full. Sorry, the room opens, the door opens, and inside you can see a room that is full, wall to wall, with shelf after shelf of books. And I will now move you onto the new map.
Oh, heaven.
The shelves themselves are all they're all different in size and design, some being simple wood with little ornamentation, others appearing to be chiseled from stone. Some are barely as tall as a man, while others stretch far, far above, beyond the reach of the torchlight which warms the room. As well as the shelves, the room is dotted with statues. Crouched upon some of the shelves are motionless grotesques, looking down at you as you pass. You can see a cleared pathway leading through all of the shelves that leads directly to the eastern side of the room.
It looks quite dark. Is it dark?
It's sort of, as you look sort of to the left and right, you see that the room sort of stretches out like it is a vast space, but the torchlight is only lit on this like path, so you see a little bit of the bookshelves going to your left and right, but it sort of stretches away into darkness. So it's not like wholly dark, but it's like once you go beyond the torchlight, it is pitch black. Again, this is more of an aesthetic design for the map. Those with dark vision would clearly be able to see just endless bookshelves.
A lot of books. Gonna trot on ahead, cluelessly, happily.
Well, if you're the first one through, you notice as you sort of head down the room, you see at the far end, you can just about make out another door in the eastern wall in the distance, and sitting in front of it is a cleared area where there are no bookshelves, standing in the center of which is a large crystalline hourglass, the sort of frame of which is made of this gentle silver filigree holding this large crystal in the center. On either side of the hourglass within the cleared area stand two very large gargoyle-like statues. And in your journal, you can all now see an image, roughly, of what the hourglass looks like.
Ooh, stylish.
Ooh.
Just gonna yell back very loudly to the others. There's a thing!
Oh, I like
I
things.
found a thing. It's like a big thing. With some guys.
How big?
Right.
It's pretty big.
You would
Like
say
big-
I say, for those who wish to know an actual size, the hourglass is taller than a man would be.
It's taller than a man would be.
Is it bigger than a Great Dane?
I think yes. Yes. Bigger than
What about
most dogs.
So what about a Great Dane stood on its hind legs and stretching up, having a big boy stretch?
If the Great Dane was standing on its hind legs and did a big boy stretch and also was wearing quite a big hat, it might be that size. Otherwise, no.
Great Dane in a hat. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's about Great Dane in a hat, but like upwards, standing like a man.
Hind legs.
Yes.
Does he need a Scooby snack?
I'll ask.
Please do.
So-
There's also some guys, so they're also there.
There are guys.
There's some guys.
Stone guys, statues, gargoyles.
There's some guys.
So Mustalid is shouting this from the other end of the room. What are the rest of you doing?
I think before Octavius sort of steps off too far, Hardy would just put a gentle hand on his shoulder and say, "Don't walk off, old man."
Ah,
Who are you?
my heart.
I think Haymaker will hurry up towards the other end of the room and close with Mustalid to get a look at what she expects to see as a Great Dane and some men standing around, but does not see that at all.
Haymaker, Mustalid is a little bit nervous of the dark and just instinctively takes Haymaker's hand when she stands next to them.
Oh, it's quite all right. I'm sure we can sort out whatever this is.
I'm sorry,
There's
I panicked. I just
There's
got
a
eaten
sting
by a
and
chest.
there's a sting and some romantic music playing in the background.
Sorry, I panicked. I just got a rug tried to kill me and a chest, and now there's some guys and a thing the size of a Great Dane in a hat that is not itself a Great Dane in a hat, and it's really been a very stressful day for me.
It's quite an adventure.
Lots happening. Not that much happened in the woods. Usually it was like, oh, now there's a squirrel.
That's true.
minimal squirrels in here, but a lot of furniture.
There's a lot of room for squirrels.
Probably could fill it with squirrels. That's fine. Are we doing anything with this?
Octavius starts to again detect magic. Just doing it ritually.
Yep. While he's doing it, you get 10 minutes. Anyone else doing anything while he casts that spell?
I'm busy.
Hardy is just going to sort of keep half an eye on Octavius while he sort of sits and goes through this ritual spell casting. Thinks to himself that he would like to rage, and then realizes that that is not something that he can do. He can just get very angry and disappointed at things.
Same, babe.
Sort of monitors Octavius while this spell casting progresses.
I would like to rage also.
Just get on with the spell, old man.
I think Haymaker's just going to leaf through the Book of Riddles, see if there's anything interesting in there.
I mean, there's a shit ton of riddles. If you find those interesting, then yeah, it's packed full of interesting things.
Just like no secret codes, like no acrostics in the riddles.
I mean, if you want to do an investigation check.
Yeah, I'm not the best person to do this, but I'm going to do it.
I can help.
If you want to be reading over your shoulder,
roll of the game, a nat 3 for 3 because I have plus 0 to investigation.
I will say if Mustalid is genuinely wanted to help, they could be reading over your shoulder, so you can have the help action.
I am reading over your shoulder.
Fantastic, and that's for a 6.
It's a book of riddles. That's about all you can make out.
Cool.
Right. I'm just gonna sit cross-legged on the floor.
Cool. So we'll say with that then, Octavius, you get to get your spell off. You cast your spell. The spell works. You do not detect. You detect some basic sort of conjuration magic on the torches. Obviously, some sort of continual flame spell, which I believe is conjuration. I just pulled that out of my ass. You recognize it as a continual flame spell, but nothing else seems to ping in the bookshelves. But what's the range on detect magic?
The range is a range. Hang on. 30 feet.
Yeah, nothing in the bookshelves around you are pinging with magic.
I would like to walk forwards slowly.
Yep.
Towards the hourglass.
Yep.
Until I start.
When you get right to
pinging.
When you get right to there, pretty much there, right on the edge of that cleared space, you immediately, the hourglass lights up in this aura. There are a culmination of schools sort of mottled together over this, some form of divination magic, a form of transmutation magic, abjuration magic, a whole pile of stuff you can tell is tied together in a very complex spell.
I could have done that. I relay this information to the team.
That's great, Octavius. I'm so glad you could do it. Now, what do we do about it?
Yeah, what does that mean? Do we just touch it and kill it again? Because that seems to be working so
well,
far.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Let's fucking go!
No. This could be very dangerous. We must be careful.
Okay.
So Octavius will fireball. No.
Maybe just poke it again.
Octavius uses his mage hand to waft a hand towards the sorry, that's a bit creepy.
3D.
Yeah. All of those with 3D glasses. Put them on now. Yeah, so the hand wafts over towards where the actual hourglass is, and kind of pokes it slightly to see if it actually does anything. If it goes ping or anything like that.
The mage hand goes out and touches to it, and there is a resistance. The hourglass does not want to move currently, but nothing else happens.
Well, it's real.
Well, that's good. I feel like I'm just gonna go in. I know that's not a good idea, but otherwise I feel like we're just gonna be standing here, and doesn't make for a very interesting live stream. So I might just go in and see what happens.
As you start walking forwards, Octavius starts taking 2 steps back.
So just for clarification then, Mustalid is going to sort of step into the cleared area. Whenever Mustalid does that, where do the rest of you wish to be? Again, very ominous question, but have to ask.
Haymaker's just gonna stay right there where she is.
Okay, Hardy.
Hardy was probably sort of weaving through, sort of getting very tired of Octavius's sort of drawn out processes and experiments, and is just sort of wanting to see what there is and what's about to happen. So sort of starts to cross the threshold into this hourglass area.
Well, as Mustalid steps foot into the cleared area, the hourglass clicks and moves of its own accord, flipping itself so that the sand begins to fall from one bulb to the other. As soon as the hissing of the sand reaches your ears, you hear another more ominous sound. The 2 grotesques move and creak and crack. They bellow a guttural gravel... Why did I put so many G's together? A guttural gravelly roar and begin to rush towards you with clawed, stone-like hands raised to attack.
Guys, something happened. Something happened.
I told you.
I fucked up.
Right, we're here.
You should have let me do something with the...
We did let you do something, Octavius.
You touched it and nothing happened, so I walked towards it and now something's happening and I'm going to get attacked by more furniture.
What is happening? Oh, I've moved that to the wrong layer, that's right.
And me touching it, what did that do? We learned things. Exactly.
I'm very glad we learned I am about to get killed by some more furniture.
And now you've learned something else.
I don't think I have.
Don't die from furniture. It's quite simple.
I don't know if that's a lesson. And I am panicking. Okay, right, well. I'll note it down somewhere when I learn how to write.
Oh, I'm having an absolute mare. Get on the right layer. There we go.
Every job, Octavius, you teach us something.
Thank you. I'm really quite happy that I'm able to bring such a unique talent to the team. I'm so proud of us all.
Yes, you're quite the educator.
As soon as you say, I'm so proud of us, Mustalid just like freezes and is like, oh no, that's my trigger phrase.
I also like how professional everyone is, that while I'm over here having an absolute fucking mare trying to set this up, you all just, you ad-libbed, you sort of got you kept things going. I'm sitting there going, fucking
I'm having a great time.
Okay.
I don't have to look at the character sheet, I could just talk.
So, we're into initiative, so if everyone could please roll for initiative.
No, thank you.
Dice.
I tried to roll armor class there. I thought this won't go well.
Absolutely fucks that.
It didn't go well anyway.
Oh, good.
I should have taken a second healing potion before I came into this room, but I was feeling overconfident.
Hindsight is 2020.
I will never learn a single lesson from anything I have ever done in my life.
You can't make me. Mustalid, what is your initiative?
That was a 5. Did I not put it in? I thought I put it in. Sorry.
No idea. If you did, I certainly missed it. Octavius.
11.
And Haymaker.
That's a 4 for me. My luck is turning.
Burn through all those 23s.
We did have a quick question from chat to ask what dice everyone is using. Unfortunately, with this being... I'll give more information about this at the end, but we're actually running an adventure I wrote, which is the Dead Wizard's Tower, which now you can get on Roll20 with... you can get on DM's Guild with a Roll20 add-on. Everything we're using here comes pre-set up with the purchase, and you could just run it as is with pre-made... there's information documents in Roll20. It took longer than I expected to put together, but it works. But when I do have to roll physical dice, I'm using these lovely little copper beauties with inlaid resin, which aren't going to show up because my camera has a manual focus.
Nice.
But you can get these on DN Dice.
Lovely.
These are ones which were bought for me by my lovely wife, and they glow in the dark.
Ooh, fancy.
I know. Who plays in the dark, though?
You just have to turn the lights off just when you're rolling.
One moment. 20.
I'll go for it.
Please.
I have a random loose assortment of dice that I pulled out of the bag of dice I have. some of which are from shops, some of which were gifts, and some of which I genuinely have no idea. They're just in the bag, and I think they're breeding.
Nice. Did I recognize some of the ice cream dice in there, or no?
These were from the Secret Cat Shop, I think they're called, and they were like
okay.
They're supposed to look like pick and mix.
They
I've got
remind
these, and I've
me
also got
of, I think it's up on my shelf somewhere, but they remind me of the ice cream dice Kickstarter that was run a few years ago, where it's all like Neapolitan ice cream and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, this was similar, but it was like sweets, like pick and mix ones. So I've got these ones, and I've got ones that are, I don't know, something else. They're yellow. But I do constantly want to eat dice, so this doesn't help.
Yeah.
They look, I want to eat them.
Tasty.
I've got some sharp-edged resin dice from Critical Kit UK, which have got some little kind of cloudy baby's breath in them, which is quite fun.
For those of us who doesn't know what baby's breath is, and that sounded entirely too creepy.
Yeah.
What is it actually?
Very small white flowers.
Oh, okay, flowers. That makes more sense. We captured the breath
I'm not
of a
just got a
dying
toddler
child.
to like huff into a dye. But now I want to do that.
Wait, are you not? That's actually where these ones came from.
Yeah.
That's why I got kicked out of that school.
Child labour rules. I'm using the Sanguine dice set on D&D Beyond, which makes a very strange and slightly off-putting squishy sound when they roll, which is why it catches my attention every so often. But yeah, so I although I have lots of physical dice around me, ranging from alien dice sets to vampire dice sets, I'm actually using digital dice. Yeah.
I have way too many resin dice. It's really bad that I just roll with that one set of metal dice, but I do keep an entire tray full of resin ones next to me, just in case I have to roll a ton of d6s at any given time.
It's like, you know that you can technically just roll the same one, but it's so much more satisfying when you just like go for the whole handful at once.
I know, whenever as a DM you make this noise, you know your players are literally shitting their pants.
Yeah. I have behind me, I have like a giant bag of dice, and I just keep them in the bag until the moment where I have to roll loads of damage, where I just tip the whole thing out onto the table. Because I'm a dick.
Just gotta count, yeah.
Just be like, just ignore this noise.
Just give me 15 minutes.
Delicious. Or when you ask people for their dice, that's always good. When you make them give you the dice to damage them with.
Oh yeah, I haven't got enough
like,
to roll. Give me yours.
Delicious.
Right.
I've forgotten what's going on now.
I was about to say we have talked about enough nice things. Now what's about to happen is someone is about to get their shit rocked. Top of the initiative, unfortunately, the creatures creaking and cracking and dust flaking from their joints. They step down off their pedestals and both immediately make their way towards Mustalid.
I see a theme emerging.
Let's fucking go. Someone made a comment about being in their 30s at the beginning of the stream.
I mean, you literally can't blame me for either reason. You're the one who did all of this.
No, it's fair. I'm just being a dick.
Okay, that's not the button I meant to click. That one is 13. I don't think hits.
I think it might. Yeah, that's my armor class.
Oh, that's unfortunate. 21 definitely will. I'm just going to roll all these attacks at once.
Do you want some dice?
No. Unfortunately, like I said, because I'm rolling these digitally, which again, available through DM's Guild, very helpful. I literally have a little pop-out thing that is all pre-made. Everyone can use this, so I haven't really had to do anything to prep for this session. I'm just going to click a load of buttons. Oh dear.
Ouch.
You're going to take a total of 13 damage. These two creatures step down, their steps echoing throughout this silent library, and they both, with unnatural speed when they get close to you, they seem slow and ponderous, made of stone and rock, but as soon as they get close, their arms move like snakes. Their claws dig into your flesh, and both of them come at you with large, pointed jaws and try to rip into your flesh. And you guys get to watch this happen.
That's fine. I love the attention.
Daddy, no!
If I had a nickel.
Octavias, what would you like to do?
I thought things would happen.
Oh, and in the background, ever present, is the ongoing hiss of the hourglass.
So
I think that's fine.
So there's what, sand going through it?
Yeah, well, sand, crystal, it's something's inside rushing through
particles
like
of
a
some
time
description.
Yes.
Does it look like it's particularly full, empty?
Funny you should mention this. If you would like to determine how long you suspect it's going to run for, you can make an investigation check.
Is that going to be my action, or?
Unfortunately, this is one of these instances where it would be.
Who gives a shit? Yeah, all right. Okay.
I would say as well, just to get a good look at it, you would have to be within the cleared area. You have to be within 30. Well, I'll say maybe not in the cleared area, but within 30 feet where you were when you cast the detect magic
okay.
spell.
I've backed up like a couple of feet there, haven't I? Okay. In that case, right. Okay. So Octavias, he takes a 10-foot step forward, and then he pulls out some kind of really sticky tar-like substance and rubs it between his hands and flicks some in the direction of let's see, how many can I do it to? Just one by the looks of it. Okay. Yeah, he flicks it at one of the grotesques, aren't they? So the
well, I mean, now that they're
south.
moving, you can pretty easily tell they are gargoyles, the actual creature name.
Yeah. Okay. So he flicks some at the gargoyle to the south, and he casts slow.
Ooh. Is that a saving throw on my part?
That is a saving throw on your part. If you would like to roll a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Okay. Ooh, unfortunate. 19.
Damn you!
Sorry.
Yeah, nothing happens, I think.
That is unfortunate. In which case, Mustalid, you've got two great big stone boys.
Right, let's fucking go.
They are rock hard.
What I do in my own
They're
free
made of
time,
stone.
Jordan, what I do in my own free time is none of your business. I told you that in confidence. Okay, right, bonus action. I'm going to cast Flame Blades. So just kind of go like, whoosh, and this like blade made of flame, I can't describe that better, just like shoots out of
Fiery
Mustalid's hands. My fiery sword.
I've also realized you left Dave behind, so I'm going to move him up here for you. So he was
Oh
next
yes,
to
please
you.
bring me Dave, I miss him.
There you go.
Oh, thank God he's back.
Emotional support, Dave.
Emotional support, Dave. And then I'm just going to like stab forward into one of them as my action.
Perfect.
And hopefully hit just whichever one you feel like in your heart.
Top one.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Nice.
Holy sword.
So that is gonna be some damage. It's gonna be 3d6. You say we're doubling.
Yes, roll all dice twice, please.
Thrilled. Ooh, nice. So that is 16 double 2, 32 fire damage.
Woof! Alright. Yeah, you lay into this thing with your fire swords, and again, you wouldn't think something made of fire was going to do much damage to rock, but you are taking chunks out of this thing. Where the sword cuts through, the heat is almost so hot that it's leaving molten slagged rock, slag, in its wake. You slag. And you're
Have a pet
literally,
name.
you're literally taking chunks out of this thing. Would you like to do anything else in your turn?
Not really. No, I kind of burned through my stuff, so I'm gonna use my free action to just flip him off.
How often can you use your Dave's teleport thing, or is that something you have to do?
I think Dave can just teleport, but it's a bonus action, and I use my bonus action to get the blade up.
Fair enough. Haymaker.
All right. Because I have 40 feet speed, I can get up to that guy if I want to, which is nice. So I'll just rush.
It's nice
on
to know
up.
you could. Oh, you're going to. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a woman with the simple needs, and I'm just gonna whack it with my quarterstaff because that's what I can do. 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 14 to hit.
A 14 does not hit. Your quarterstaff bounces off the hard, rock hard exterior of these creatures.
Well, now that's just rude. And I think I'm just gonna. I think even though like in the rules of the game I could get a punch in, I feel like just having seen that happen, Haymaker would not want to punch a solid stone thing right off the bat. So,
well, this is a question because I'm genuine, like meta question, because I can't remember if this applies to like all monks after a certain level, or it's a specific school or way or whatever. Do monk unarmed strikes count as magical ones, or is that just for a specific way?
I think it's a specific way.
Yeah, I think so.
That's just double checking. In which case, fair enough. You don't want to punch it. You don't want to punch it. Hardy.
Hardy sort of feeling the breeze as Haymaker has gone zipping past into that area, and as an Earth Genasi, slightly concerned by the cracking of the rock turning into dirty slag, sort of caught off guard a little bit, sort of collects his thoughts and sort of steps in and sort of splits his attention between the two and struggles to make a decision. So he kind of shrugs his shoulders and goes, "Y'all have seen enough." And he is going to cast blindness on both of them.
Oh,
That's fun.
3rd level.
Saving throw.
Con 13.
Ooh, let's find out. Sorry, guys. These are just not having it. It was a 22 and a 19.
Oh.
Stuff your magic.
As a bonus action, then he is going to learn from his mistakes, a little learning from experience, and going to cast the last bonus action Blade Ward upon himself. Slightly still concerned that his stone-like outer appearance now kind of resembles theirs, and theirs cracked and turned to slag.
Octavias stood at you. He's on their side!
Oh no!
I knew
And
it!
that's Hardy's go.
Excellent.
Turncoat!
We're back to the top of the order. One is going to turn its attention to Haymaker, who has approached it.
Oh, thank God. So close to
Oh,
death.
damn.
Come at me, bro.
Pretty sure that's going to be 2 hits, 18 and the 22.
Yep, absolutely hits. But I would like to use my reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so you're going to take the first one next to you is going to reach out, grip. It's pretty much exactly the same thing it did to Mustalid. Grip into the claws, digging into your flesh and biting into it. And as you do, you point at it. And what do you say as you cast Hellish Rebuke?
Fuck off, you stony bastard.
Very fair.
When I don't have a script, I'm not very original. I'm a theatre lady. You should give me a script.
So, fuck off, you slag. Is that a dex saving throw, I believe, for Hellish Rebuke?
It is, dex save 14.
Cool. They're not particularly dexterous. That's going to be a 5. They'll take full damage.
Sweet.
Oops, excuse my chair.
Let's give that 3d10. And that's 12 points of damage.
Lovely. 12 damage. Perfect. It erupts in flame, fragments of rock being blown away from its body as the fire licks over and explodes outward from its craggy skin. And then one is, of course, going to try and attack Mustalid.
Let's go.
11 misses, but I think the 22 is going to hit.
That will hit, yes.
You take 6 slashing damage as
I'm
it comes at you
fine.
with its claws.
Lovely. Cool.
I'm
Good.
not dying. Octavias.
Oh, God damn it. Okay then. Right, so Octavias will let's see. He will make his way very slowly up to one of the pedestals where the gargoyles were stood.
Mhm.
Okay, I think I'm actually going to stand up next to it, next to the gargoyle.
Yep.
And he will... Bear with me. Sorry, it's wizards, man. Wizards. For God's sake. There we go. So, he grabs a several different coloured sands in his hand, and pulls them out of a small pouch, and he's like, "Okay, well, Hardy couldn't do it. Maybe I can." He throws it up in the air, and casts colour spray.
Ooh.
So it's a cone, so 15 foot from self, and I can affect both of them.
Yes, absolutely.
So I should, if I'm kind of firing it out in a direction that's sort of more over.
Yeah,
that
you
way.
can hit the two of them without hitting your
Exactly.
allies. That's
Yep.
absolutely fine.
Yep, cool. And that is... So it is actually a cast, isn't it? It's not a saving throw or anything. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. I thought it would have been a saving throw, actually. Colour spray.
I thought so as well.
Yeah, double check that, will you?
Order tray. Get that in my mouth.
Do. Vamping.
No, it's so you're rolling 6d10, and this is the total number of hit points of creatures you can affect.
Okay, that's right. In that case, what I'll do that on roll 20. So
While you're doing that, does anyone know that chiropractic was invented by a ghost? Just to kill the silence.
Invented by a ghost?
Yeah, the person who invented chiropractic said that he got his the knowledge from a ghost.
What?
It's my fun fact of the day. I was thinking about it since earlier you said something about someone getting their back cracked, and I was like, it was invented by a ghost, but there wasn't a good point to bring it in, so I'm bringing it in now while you're rolling damage.
So 24.
24. Okay. I do completely irrelevant but stupid fact that I got to share with one of my games last night. We were running a game where they were on a boat, and they were talking about. I introduced a Selkie, which of course is not a normal D&D creature, but we were talking about Selkies, and then people were talking about where the fuck did that come from. Then the origin of mermaids, and I got to share the fact that people believe the origin of the mermaid was actually a manatee.
Yeah.
People, they were at sea for so long they wanted to fuck a seal. That's where a lot of legends came from.
Well, do you know what it actually was? It's because when they're in the water, because whales and like dolphins and stuff had a very similar evolutionary tree to us, certain parts of they have a very similar bone structure. It's just in different proportions. So if you see
they've got knees.
They have knees. They have like what
knees.
looks like legs. So whenever they're like swimming close to the surface of the water in the dark, it looks like a person swimming in the water.
It's good.
And then the sailors obviously wanted to fuck them, which
Because obviously you want to fuck a seal. It's got legs. If it's got legs. I feel like this is a separate podcast, Jordan. Let's just do it. Just us yelling facts at each other.
We'll have to start our own. We'll have to start our own podcast, which will just be origins of British myths. They wanted to fuck that animal.
They wanted to fuck that animal. Nature is a woman, and she hates me, and I kind of want to fuck her. That is like 100% of Scottish myths. Pretty
much. I have a very funny story for the history of the unicorn, but we'll talk about that one later. You
podcast.
Yeah, you'll be glad to know that the creature stood furthest away from you does appear to react to the spell. It seems to look about itself, trying to get its bearings, not being able to see around itself. You have successfully blinded one of the creatures.
Hooray!
Delicious.
I'm assuming that's the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Mustalid.
Okay, I'm gonna fuck up this one next to me because he's pissing me off with my flame blade. So once again, I'm just gonna go in with an attack for my action.
You will be attacking at advantage because it cannot see the attack.
Even better.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
About time, old man.
So that is what was that? 18 plus 7, so
25.
So it's gonna be 13 fire damage.
Lovely.
And then as bonus action, I'm gonna be like, dive, help! And Dave is gonna use his little teleport thing again, just to knock us back a little bit. So it's far enough away that we're not like in full stabby with this guy.
Yep.
And he is going to need to make a dexterity saving throw to not get fire damaged by Dave.
He feels. Can I get some fire damage, please, from Dave?
Lovely. So that is going to be what's Dave's stats? That's going to be 5 fire damage. A little bit of fire damage as a treat.
As you guys are used to sort of Mustalid and Dave doing this. There's an explosion, a fiery eruption from the ground, and the two of them go up in a puff of smoke and then reappear elsewhere. And the gargoyle, not being aware of this, has just felt the attack. It knows roughly what direction you're in, and it goes to rush you. And as it does, what it ends up with is a face full of explosion. Only momentarily, because then its face literally explodes. And what's left is a headless gargoyle which collapses to the ground.
Yeah, fuck
Dead.
you.
Well
Stop
done.
stabbing me. Thank you. Thanks, Dad.
No
I mean-
problem. Take her out for lollipops later.
Mustalid goes bright red.
Excellent. Haymaker.
All right. I am going to go. Well, I can't really do anything else. I'm just going to try whacking this thing again. Just go for another quarterstaff attack.
Absolutely.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
Sweet. And that's 7 damage.
Lovely. 7 damage. As you crack across this with your quarterstaff, you find a joint which you know is going to give a little bit more give than trying to hit full on the body. So your quarterstaff withstands the blow, but the creature doesn't, and it sort of rocks with it. Get it? Rocks. It's made of- so, anyway, anything else?
Gonna
Now
roll
that
some
I've
psychic
gained
damage.
yeah. Now that she's gained a little bit of confidence back, she's gonna go for an unarmed strike to where like at an eye, hoping that it is somewhat softer than the rest of it.
Yeah.
And that's a nat 1 for 7. So yeah, no.
Unfortunately, not being totally familiar with the anatomy of a gargoyle, you go to do a finger poke, and too late realize that, in fact, the eyes are also made of stone. They're a very strange creature. And you just, ah! But I take it that's the end of your turn?
Yeah. I'll have to go to the manicurist after this.
Hardy, what would you like to do?
Hardy's gonna sort of look at the crumpled one on the floor, look across at the one that Haymaker's just attempted to poke in the eye, limited success. And he's gonna shout and go, "Hey, cousin, your brother there is, well, he's Pebbles now. And cast vicious mockery."
I got the punchline to that joke was, he's Pebbles.
Good to have a charisma caster, you know?
Yeah. Vicious mockery, wisdom saving throw. Pick the button.
You
There we
made
go.
the save.
Number 4, he does not make it.
Takes 3 psychic damage because it
Ooh.
rolled it in with, I know, so much.
But I do believe Vicious Mockery now has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Should have.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Please. Well, it's going to be his turn next, so please do remember that when I make some rules. Do you want to do anything else on your turn?
No, I don't think so.
Perfect. Combat ongoing. I need everyone to make me a perception check, please.
Oh,
Ooh. 26.
It's the cataracts.
my
26.
eyes!
Yeah.
Druid.
You accidentally color splashed yourself a little bit. I was like, I can't see.
It's a 14 for me.
Who threw
14,
sand
okay.
in the air? What an idiot!
Mustalid is the only one to notice the top bulb of the hourglass is now less than half full, as the sound of the hissing continues through the combat.
Guy, the thing's doing something. The thing that's not a dog. The thing that's not a dog in a hat, but it's about the size of a dog in a hat on its hind legs. It's like It's halfway done. Just FYI. None of that means anything. I feel like I should let you know.
I'm deeply confused, but I'm glad you're
I'm
contributing.
sorry. I used the dog in the hat metaphor, and I really think it didn't help. But I've committed to the great dog in the hat.
I'm stuck on the dog metaphor.
I feel like I've committed to it's a sort of a sunk cost fallacy thing, which we know about in the woods, where I think about.
We're very into our sort of discussions of this sort of nature.
Look, I did a philosophy degree, and then I forgot about it because I lived in the woods. Anyway, I'm really committed to the dog in the hat thing. Anyway, it's halfway done, and I don't know what that means, but I feel like you should know. I actually have quite high intelligence, despite what you'd think. I'm so sorry. I've got a healing spell that I'll use on you later. Anyway, what's going on? Who's going?
With that stream of consciousness erupting from Mustalid's mouth.
I'm sorry, I'm panicking.
That verbal diarrhea. What is... it does a 15 beat Haymaker's armor class.
It does, yes.
Then unfortunately the 17 is also going to do so. They are going to be a total of 15 damage as the creature once again raking against you with these talons of stone and jagged teeth like stalactites and stalagmites. I know earth words, but that is that is its turn. I know this. Stalactite is on the ceiling because it's tight to the ceiling.
Not tight to the floor.
Nope, tight to the ceiling, so it doesn't fall.
But it might fall.
But it wouldn't because the might's on the ground. Rising up
Might
mightily.
not be, though.
Look, do not gaslight me on this.
It's been
It's
a really
the
long
one
week.
bit of geology I know.
Is it? You're crazy, babe. What are you talking about? So
Alright,
sorry,
that's
it's
it.
been
The
such a
roof
long
key-
week.
The stalactites on the ceiling you couldn't see before fall. Everyone make a sex save. I am God here! Octavius, it is your turn.
Octavius.
Oh, we're being raided, by the way. I've just spotted we're being raided with a party of 9. I don't know what that means. I don't do Twitch very often.
That means we have 9 more people suddenly joining us.
Oh,
Hello,
yeah,
welcome.
there you go.
9 more people.
Welcome. I'm about to kill them all.
No.
Not the people.
Not in game. He has keys to our homes.
I have
Please
planted
help.
bombs.
Oh, thank God.
Anyway, Octavius.
Just in time for me to die horrendously. Okay, Octavius wipes the multicolored sand from his eyes, and he makes a kind of arcane movement with his hands. Everyone knows the arcane movements, and casts Shocking Grasp. Yep, that's the one. Big box, little box.
Yeah, you look over. He's just got some glow sticks.
He's just voguing.
Yeah, Octavius does some voguing, and does a Shocking Grasp on the gargoyle in front of him.
Excellent. Make an attack roll.
Oh, that's a lovely one. That is. That is 24.
That's going to hit.
Hooray!
And strangely, the creature made of stone is not actually immune to lightning damage, which I've always found fucking weird.
Yeah, I did wonder if that might be the case, but I thought I'd give it a shot. D8s. I have some dice here with tiny little dogs in them.
Oh,
Not as big as the
It's the
dog
hourglass.
that we are currently.
It's not
fighting
as
in front
nice as you think. He had to kill the dogs
of.
first.
Yes. Yes.
and then shrink them down into
Yeah.
the dice.
That is
The whole process.
No, they're actually bred to be that size specifically for putting in
Yeah.
the dice.
Some
they-
strong taxidermy.
They breed them in China, and
Anyway, let's roll some damage.
I don't know yet. That was 8 points of dog damage.
Lovely. The dog damage hits the gargoyle, and you see it again. Weirdly, for a creature made of stone, it reacts. It jolts. Its joints all lock up as it moves in a jolting fashion. But yes, is that everything for your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Mustalid, what would you like to do?
Right, I am going to... fuck this guy up. I'm going to run back over. I'm going to bring Dave. And I'm going to do exactly what I did before. So I'm just going to go in with the Flame Blade.
Absolutely.
That is going to be 11 plus 7, so 18
That's going to hit. You can roll damage.
That's 14 fire damage.
Oof. This creature is not looking healthy.
And then Dave and I are gonna bam fight with her again.
So I'm just going to point out, because I did move him from one side of you, because where you'd put him was where the hourglass is, and there's no space for him to stand.
That is fine. Dave, as long as he's with me, he doesn't mind what side he's on. We're gonna bamf out. So we're gonna bamf out, and he, unfortunately, I think Haymaker might also have to make a dexterity saving throw here.
That's what I was worried about and why I moved the token.
Yeah, so I think Haymaker and also my guy, the gargoyle, have to make a dexterity save.
Yeah, guy. He got a 15, unfortunately.
So that is, yeah, that's nothing. That's useless to me.
I got a dirty 20 on my dex
you're
save.
fine.
Okay, this is good. This is fine. Well, we've left anyway. We're kind of, and we're
Peace.
15 feet back, just kind of vibing.
Look, now you've got the glow sticks. That said, Haymaker, you've just dodged out of the way of a small explosion. What would you like to do?
Sorry.
It's all right. These things happen, and I am going to just keep on going with the quarterstaff. Not much else I can do in this situation, and just be like, I really hope you're nearly dead, because I'm nearly dead too.
The creature says nothing.
That's 17 to hit.
17 hits. You can roll some damage.
Nice. Come on, 10 damage.
You knock the creature's head clean off its shoulders with a mighty crack of stone, and it falls dead.
What's that guy?
Hooray!
The sand
Well, that's
continues to spill. We will be staying in initiative.
Oh,
Right, do we have to kill the thing that's not a dog in a hat?
Haymaker, you have taken your action to attack the creature. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to take?
Can I? Is there anything about the hourglass that we've missed? That can I just kind of
It's
investigate?
an hourglass on a sort of spindle. It's it's mounted. You saw it spin on an axis. It is mounted in a stand, but it is just a massive hourglass.
I'll just yell out, "Would you like me to punch the hourglass?"
Punch it!
Yeah.
All right.
no.
All right, make an attack roll.
I might.
Punch it!
It's
Punch
all
it,
right. I
not
got
your-
an 8 anyway, so.
Shit. Stop distracting her.
Yeah, you rush forward, and unfortunately, you're in such a hurry that your fish just glances off the crystalline surface, not doing much of anything really. Hardy, you've seen Haymaker Jones rush forward and attack the hourglass. What would you like to do?
Hardy would like to, having sort of seen Haymaker take a swing and take a glancing blow, kind of has a odd light bulb moment and thinks, I'll just jump at it. And he's just going to run full pelt and try and jump at the top half to try and use momentum to rotate it on its axis.
You find it moves freely. You get a hold of the top and it spins, and it is now emptying in the other direction.
I did it! I did it!
Nice. Is that good?
I don't know, I'm going to wait here.
Okay.
Also,
Cool.
can I say, Twitch chat, can you please stop making better jokes than us? It's not fair. We've got, when the gargoyle was killed, we've got a lot of, he got stoned, it was a grave ul ending, it was cracking, chip off the old block.
Delight. Love it. Good work,
Yeah,
guys.
Anyway, Hardy, I would say that was an object interaction.
you,
You have
Twitch chat.
turned, you have turned the hourglass.
I don't think Hardy quite comprehends what that means other than the sand going the other way, so he's just going to sort of shuffle out from underneath,
Victory.
stand up and go, I don't think we're getting a Great Dane with a top hat out of this.
I did it. It was a simile.
But, so the Great Dane's playing cards?
Yes.
one of those?
Wait, no, fuck, shit. No,
I've seen those.
I was trying to compare heights, and he asked about Great Danes, and now I really think we've invested in this Great Dane metaphor in a way that I'm not really capable of continuing. I've actually never seen a Great Dane. I've seen
While the
several other,
stream of
I've
verbal
seen several
diarrhea continues.
other types of dog.
They're about
but
as
not
big as
this.
that.
The sand,
But
now turned the other way, continues to spill. It is now roughly in the same place it was moments before it was turned. Because
There
you
you go.
managed to do it right somewhere in the middle.
I fixed it.
Octavias, what would you like to do?
Is there any kind of mechanisms or anything like that around the?
It appears to be freestanding.
Okay, there's a doorway?
Yes,
just
to the right,
on the
to the east, yeah.
Could I go and see if that doorway is open?
Absolutely. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, yeah.
Door's locked.
No!
Where are you
Well
going?
I need the bathroom.
He's very old.
Would you like to do anything else in your turn?
Urinate. No.
Peeing is a free
Performance
action.
Okay. So there's literally nothing around the hourglass at all.
Nope.
And sorry, remind me what was the schools of magic that it was?
It was an amalgamation of different schools. So there was some, I believe I said divination, abjuration, may have said transmutation. It's an amalgamation, I think. It's a very complex spell laid over it. I would actually say as well, because detect magic, it's got a 10-minute duration, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
And you've not cast
not
any
used-
other like.
Yeah, there's nothing else that is used.
So
Concentration.
you would, now that you've moved into the space and you've moved closer to it, you notice a sort of similar matching spell laid over the door.
Okay, so there's a possibility we may just need to have it run out and then the door may open. I may be wrong. It might just explode and kill everyone.
I mean, that's fine. Like, sometimes stuff explodes.
That's true. Sometimes things do explode. I'd rather not be in the vicinity when they do.
I hadn't thought that far ahead, I'm going to be honest. I think we should just stab the hourglass and see what happens.
Well, speaking of, Mustalid, it is your turn.
I'm going to stab the hourglass with my flame sword.
Cool. Roll me an attack roll.
I do not have any common sense. That is a natural 1.
Oof. You go to
Thank
attack
God
it.
I'm here.
You rush over and you trip over the remains of the gargoyle and fall face first into the hourglass. You do not take any damage, but you also do not manage to strike it.
Right, Dave, help me out here. And we're just going to go back again with our little teleport. I just run in, fall over, teleport back. I don't know if it can make a dexterity saving throw. I assume it's not a
cannot
creature.
Move. No.
Yeah, so I did nothing. That was me.
Cool.
In terms of the amount of time that has gone through,
Yeah.
is it like a specific amount of time that we can work out now?
Well, I would say if anyone would like to, on their turn, use an action to work it out, they can do. There we go. Speaking of, Haymaker.
I will do that then, because I don't think Haymaker can think of anything else.
I
to
need
do
an
in this
investigation check then, please.
All right. That is 17.
You are very quickly able to determine that the sand in each bulb is measured out is enough to measure 30 seconds from start to finish. You can do some quick mental math as part of this investigation. You had run through 15 seconds and flipped it back over. So you've, in this round, essentially negated one of the rounds and you still have another... Sorry, I said 15, it's 30 seconds. You have 12 seconds left, 2 rounds of combat before the sand runs out.
Right,
Okay.
12 seconds left.
You're an actor, right? Oh, you're like a performer.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you seen the famous play series Lost?
Oh, yes, of course.
'Cause
It
maybe-
all went a bit weird at the end, didn't it?
Yeah, no, honestly, I stopped watching by that point. I had to be somewhere else. Maybe if we just leave it, it'll be fine. Like if we just let it time out, it'll be fine.
This is what I was
Well-
wondering.
Oh, yes, like
Hardy.
the strange number code.
Yes,
They have to
like
keep punching
that.
in. Oh, yes.
Yes,
Would
in
you-
that traveling play series that we all watched.
Spoilers!
We're all very familiar with.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hardy, would you like to take this to heart, or what would you do something else in your turn?
Yeah, I think I'll use my move and just kind of back boy as far as I can.
Yeah, fair enough.
Smart.
And then
Smart.
just in case it does explode, but hopefully it doesn't. So yeah, back. Switching between different tools, back right there.
Hardy thinks back to its spinning, and also thinks back to a time that he was going to watch the travelling show Lost, but had to board some sort of airborne winged creature and make travel. So.
And then it crashed, and he got stuck on an island.
And then I came into town, and that's where we met Haymaker. It was a lovely. Anyway, we reminisce too much and achieve too little. And so Hardy thinks about the fact that it's free spinning and the sand's moving. And while the sand is moving, he's still thinking about it. And then he thinks, well, why don't I just put it to the middle position and hold it there? So he's going to try and do that. So he's going to put it perfectly horizontal.
Yep, you absolutely can. And it does that. It sits.
I'm done.
Nice. Good work.
Okay. Succeeded, everybody. Well done.
Good work, everyone. Great.
Excellent work. And
a round of applause is interrupted.
With one hand and reaches out to a high five everybody else.
The sound of celebration is interrupted by the sound of ominous wing beats.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
As from the darkness on either side of the cleared area of the library, a pair of very familiar creatures land. And unfortunately, Mustalid, you have positioned yourself in literally the worst place.
It was one comment, Jordan. It was one comment. Swear to fucking God. We're in a fight.
Do you know what the best part is? Literally, part of the adventure is written. If they are defeated before the timer runs out, there's a bit here. 2 more will arrive from the outer regions of the room. So unfortunately, the one that lands directly next to Mustalid is going to make a pair of attacks.
Come on, fuck me up.
19 and 16.
Those are gonna hit.
You're gonna take a total of 14 damage as this creature.
Down.
You're not even really. You just hear this flapping, but with the echoes of the room, you're not even aware of what's happening until the creature literally out of the air just lands on top of you, and the rest of you are all yeah, and you look over. Boom! As this creature just fucking takes Mustalid out.
Yeah, I'm done. Right, it's been good, guys. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we'll catch up with you in a bit.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got stuff to do.
The other one lands but cannot take any more movement. Octavias.
That was unexpected. Okay. So they are right. So they're either side. So I can't actually get both at all. Right. This is useful. This is great. Loving it. It's good. It's good. Cheers, Jordan.
You're gonna hate me when I tell you what the trick to this one is.
Because I feel so positively about you now.
You're gonna hate me more.
Bonding experience.
Because again, I've told you before, I like putting the trick to the last room was do nothing. Just walk out of the room. There is a trick to this one, and you're gonna fucking hate it.
Is it the fucking lost thing?
That and there is something else which you're gonna hate even more.
I'm gonna come to your house. I'm gonna find where you live.
And I will make you a lovely dinner.
Oh, that sounds really nice, actually. That's gonna hang out with the hedgehogs.
We've only got the one currently. The 2 temporary ones have been released. We've only got the permanent one now.
Come and hang out with the permanent hedgehog.
Okay, so Octavius will he grabs a tiny bit of fleece out of one of his pouches that he's got hanging around his robes, and he kind of holds it up and whispers something into it, and then it kind of disappears. And over by the gargoyle that is to the north, let me just flip that around. There we go. That's better. You can see that. So over to the north, up to there. A giant spider appears.
Oh, God. You guys need to warn me if you can do this sort of thing. I don't even think what monster tokens have I even got available at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you like, really. You could be a bus if you like.
What have I even got? Good God.
Give him
monster
another
token.
badger.
It might have to be a badger.
That's such a good music build up to
Yeah.
it might have to be a badger.
badger.
Oh my god!
Not a
I
badger.
just I also just realized that when we rolled up the characters, you said we could have an item, and
Yeah.
I have a bag where I can just summon a badger. So
Oh, you've got one of the bags of furry balls.
I've got a bag of tricks.
Yeah.
And a bag of badgers. I can summon an assortment of different badgers. So as soon as I'm awake, I hope you look forward to several badgers.
Excited. Excited is an understatement for summoning tons of badgers. So Octavius, you haven't told me what this
It's
spell
a
is.
silent image.
Okay, I was about to say 'cause I
Yeah.
don't think you have a summoning spell. So there's a silent
No,
image.
it's silent image. Yeah, that also means that detect magic is gone as well.
Yes, that's fair enough. So you have done that. Do you want to move or stay where you are?
I'd like the silent image to be slightly back. Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, and I want to make it look as threatening as possible. Please do that,
Cool.
Jordan.
It looks like a big threatening spider.
Thank you very much.
Uh,
That is
Mustalid.
everything.
Cool. Mustalid, can I get a death saving throw?
I would love to do that. That is a 13.
That's a pass.
Yeah.
Just kind of like I know it's sort of we should be wrapping up the stream soon, but I do like to use death saving throws as a thing. Mustalid, as you go unconscious, give me a fond memory you have of before you left the forest.
So before I left the forest, I lived in a very tight-knit little forest community. Everyone wasn't related, but everyone was very, very close. Everyone was very, very good friends. I had quite a lot of friends. Mustalid was surprisingly popular for being such a fucking weirdo. And I've just got a very, very fond memory of hanging out, ironically by the fire, in my village with my friends. Several of them were bards, and they were all singing by the fire. Mustalid cannot sing, but it was just a very kind of nice, warm feeling of being around all the people who loved me.
That's a very nice memory, and that sort of as you fall unconscious, that sort of washes over you. You're like, I'd much rather be here. As that sort of settles onto you. With that said,
Nice.
Haymaker Jones, you
Nice.
see Mustalid go down. You see the gargoyle standing over her, blood dripping down its talons. What would you like to do?
I would like to rush up to them and do the classic D&D awkward pour a potion down the throat.
Not a
If
problem at
that
all.
is something that is allowed.
It is absolutely. It is an action. Well, I rule it as an action to feed a potion to someone else, so it will be your action, but you will bring them back up. So that'll be 2d4 plus
Thank you.
2. I was having such a lovely dream. Why did you bring me back to this nightmare?
9. Okay, so I am out of death, and I'm back up to...
Is that everything for Haymaker while Nate is doing some maths?
Yes, that is it.
Lovely. Hardy, you're currently
Hardy.
holding the hourglass sideways.
And forget all about that completely. Seeing Mustalid drop and Haymaker sprint across, pays no attention to Octavias behind, calls out to Mustalid and to Haymaker in sort of a hurried motion, lets the hourglass sort of just slip from the hand and...
Okay, so this is a very important question. Do you control its movement at all?
No, it's just responsive, reflexive sort of, I've got to do
Cool.
something. So the hand comes off and it just...
As Hardy rushes away uncaring of the hourglass, Octavius, I'll say you do have view of this. It falls with the more full bulb at the bottom. So there is less at the top.
Okay.
Excellent. So Hardy, sorry, go on, you can take your turn.
That's all right. So sort of seeing this and shouting out to each of them, sort of over by this gargoyle, Hardy's going to move across and sort of squeeze in, and as he sort of moves into the space, sort of taps Mustalid sort of on the leg or whatever's close by, and Haymaker on the shoulder.
Ooh,
and
matron.
casts- and cast Long Strider
Oh.
at 11.
So you're casting this on both Haymaker and Mustalid?
Yes.
All right, you guys both have Long Strider. Speed increased by 10 feet.
Go fast.
Nice.
Best we can get out of there.
Run away.
Run away.
Did you see that play about that blue hedgehog? He has to be speedy. I feel like him right now.
Got to go
Gotta love
relatively
hedgehogs.
quickly.
Now is not the time, Haymaker. Must go fast.
Is that the end of your turn?
Hardy's going to notice the silent image, be caught off guard by that as well, and just kind of be sort of lost and sort of... You can see there's emotion. He sort of wells up a little bit watching one of the Greg's troop party team sort
For
of...
the Gregs!
So, yeah. Maybe mutters under his breath, "Rise, Lord Mustalid." Anyway, and ends his turn there.
So we're going to do a very important rule here. I'm sure some people have used these in various games before or seen them used. We're going to do a luck check to see if the creature decides that the biggest threat is the giant spider or Mustalid, who's just been brought back from near death.
Very threatening.
First person who wants to... Actually, no, I'll give you the pleasure, Mustalid. Highs or lows?
Highs.
You are exceptionally lucky. That was a 94. The gargoyle sees the large spider creature and immediately determines that it is the key threat here and is going to rush towards it. The other one as well is going to move. What speed do these things have? Hasn't really been relevant so far. 30 feet. Okay, so it actually can't reach it, but they're both going to rush towards that. The one, obviously, that does get near it is going to attack it and very quickly realize that it isn't real. But the other one doesn't know that yet. Octavias. Oh, and we're down to the last 6 seconds. Octavias, what would you like to do?
Kiss my ass goodbye. Okay. He will again do his arcane motion. Lots of hip action. And firebolts.
It's all in the hips.
Oh yeah.
It's all in the hips.
Firebolts at the gargoyle to the south.
Perfect. Roll damage.
Well, I've got to run. See if I could hit it first.
Oh, sorry, that would help. I wouldn't have even questioned that.
I do. 24.
24 hits, yeah, you can roll some damage.
Okay. Oh, it's 2d10. That is 12 points of fire damage.
Oh, lovely. You take a good chunk out of it with a firebolt. Anything else you'd like to do in your turn?
He will take one step to the south, out of the way of the door.
Perfect. Mustalid, you're awake.
Wonderful. Love to be awake. I am going to... yeah, all right. Before I do, I am gonna turn and I'm gonna drop my flame blade and I'm just going to blast burning hands at one of the gargoyles out of spite.
Perfect.
So it needs to make a... Let me just double check that. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
It rolled a 5, so
That
you
is
can
a
roll some
fail.
damage.
So that's gonna get 10, 13 fire damage.
Woof.
And then I'm going to use... Was it 10 extra feet that I get to my
Yes.
movement? Lovely. So then I'm going to just... Actually, you know what? Bonus action, I'll back off with Dave. because I can do that. So that's
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Which direction are we going in? What is happening? Who am I? We're gonna
The door is over here.
2, 3, and then I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna go hang out next to Octavias,
Oh, lovely.
Hello.
and I'm gonna bring Dave with me. Hiya.
Hi,
How's it
Dave.
going? Good to see you. Dave is here.
Always liked you, Dave.
All right, Haymaker.
That means he likes you.
Always the
I'm
conversationalist.
going to throw a dart at the northernmost gargoyle, also out of spite,
Yep.
and
Team Spite.
that is 12 to hit.
A 12 unfortunately does not hit. The dart ricochets off its exterior stone carapace thing.
Entirely fair. I will instead leg it over to the others by the door.
Cool. I'm just ignoring that creature should have had an opportunity attack and pretending that didn't happen. Hardy.
Because I have long strider, I just take a circuitous route.
Yeah.
Hardy sort of being left there is going to. What's the diff? How far apart are they?
Yeah, you still just run. Like, Hardy has rushed in to help you guys. You've gone, thanks, and just fucked
Fucked
off.
So put a space around that one. So looking at the situation, everyone beyond the other gargoyle that now sort of stands between him and the rest of the party. Cheers, guys. Damn you, Octavius. He is going to. Hi. He's gonna point at the one effectively in front of him, and is gonna sort of pull out the finger guns from imaginary holsters and go fireworks, and he's gonna cast pyrotechnics, fireworks. Do that for the spell slot.
Whoop.
And that should be a con save of 13. I jabbed it twice because I clicked it to show it and then clicked it to cast it. That's why it's come up twice.
I'm gonna let you tell me what it does, and I'm just gonna click a button. 15, unfortunately.
Well, it looks good.
Yeah, you guys see like a load of fireworks going up. It looks pretty fucking sweet.
That
You
looks
see
great. Well done.
As the smoke clears, you see Hardy again with the glow sticks.
If I ever get back on the road, then I might need a roadie or some sort of technical support to help me out with my theatrical exploits.
Do you want to move or stay where you are?
Hardy is definitely wanting to move and take that sort of. What's that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And just keep going and just try and reunite with the group in close proximity to this hourglass.
Bunched
As
together,
Hardy-
it's safest.
As Hardy rushes away, the two gargoyles turn and begin to step away from you. But in the background, you all, sort of out of the corner of your eye, see the sand. And as the last grain falls, the gargoyles and turn back into stone. And you hear a click from the door behind you.
Knew it.
Told you. It's like Lost.
Hey,
No,
do you want to know the one trick that nobody has worked out about this trap before?
Don't say it because you're selling this.
I am, but I'll tell you guys after the stream ends because you're gonna fucking hate it, and I want to see your reactions.
I'm good with that plan.
In fact, can we mute the stream? I'll tell you what it is, and then everyone can see your reactions.
Hey, hang on, I might be able to do that. Right, hang on. Actually,
Sorry,
Adam,
guys.
Adam, I'm gonna mute yours, although I want to hear it, so I'm gonna turn that on. Right, ready? Okay, you should be muted in the stream.
Okay. The trick is the gargoyles only attack anyone who's standing in the cleared area. If you step in,
Nope. Oh, for fuck's sake!
I never liked you.
Like, so this analogy we've been going with Great Danes. So they're like guard dogs.
Yeah, they're like guard dogs and also like Lost.
Damn.
I'm so mad.
Oh, we've not muted. Oh well.
Well, half of it was.
Ah well.
Oh,
Ah well. I mean, if you're going to buy the adventure, I'm going to assume you're going to run it anyway. You can see everything else that's happening. It'd be a bit shit if you were going to play in it after seeing everything that happens. So there you go. Nobody has worked that one out yet, and I've had people literally flipping the timer constantly. I've had groups go through 4 rounds of like gargoyles.
Yeah, I knew this would happen.
I'm just gonna hide behind the fact I'm playing a low intelligence character. It's all her fault. It's fine.
I'm just gonna resent you forever.
That's the entire reason I made this trap. Like, it's the only reason I write traps.
To make people hate the DM.
Yeah, absolutely. If they don't despise you after you've run it, you haven't done it right.
If you're not the villain of their own personal lives, then what is the point?
But that said, we are now officially halfway through the adventure, and I think that's probably a good place to stop for the evening.
Lovely.
And we can come back and finish the second half in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Amazing.
2 weeks.
That said, we're going to do a very quick outro here, guys. I have been Jordan of the Modified Rule Podcast. Playing with me tonight have been John. John, where can people find you on the podcast?
Trolls of the Two Tom Bridges, which is TotTTB Podcast. Pretty much all of the various social medias out there. And the thing looks like that. There you go.
Nate, who are you and where can people find you in the podcast?
You can find Lads on Tour at anywhere you get podcasts. It's the one about D&D, it's not the others. You can find us Twitter and Tumblr, it's Pods on Tour. It's Lads on Tour Pod on Instagram. If you want to find me personally, it's Nate Ray Ray on Twitter. I have an Instagram, but it's not very interesting because it's just me making curry. Yeah.
You liar,
That's pretty
very interesting.
If you want to, it's Susie Ray Ray on Instagram. I haven't changed my name on that because otherwise my mum will find out. You can watch me make curry.
Excellent.
There you go.
Maddy, and yourself, where can we find people? Stroking. Where can people find you in the podcast?
Yes, I have a cat over here. So if you've been seeing weird arm movements, that's why. Not anything else. That's dodgy. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Maddy_abstract. You'll find a link in my bio to all the various things that I do, including being a core cast member on Realms of Peril and Glory. And also, I have a new podcast that is going to be coming up at some point when I get my act together called A Game of One's Own, where I'm going to be playing solo and 2-player RPGs. Ooh, so you can find that on Twitter at A Game of One's Own.
Lovely.
Nice.
And Adam.
Hi, you can find us on Twitter at Return Snyder, on Instagram at Snyders_return. We also have a YouTube channel where we have shorts and a couple of TTRPG reviews. That's Snyders Return on YouTube as well. We're on Facebook. Not much happens on there. But mainly on Twitter. We got a link tree from there if they still work on Twitter. If not, follow the not link and you'll be able to find all our content. And so, yeah.
Excellent. You can find our Modified Role podcast, this is what our logo looks like, on most of the socials, not Facebook. I hate Facebook. I'm also slowly hating Twitter, but we're still there because God knows why. We are at Modified Role. We're mostly using Instagram now. Go and find us on Instagram. As mentioned, this adventure is one that I have written. It is a gold bestseller on the DM's Guild. You can find it, The Dead Wizard's Tower. It now comes with you can get a bundle offer, which includes the PDF version as well as the Roll20 version, which is the one we're using to run this on. Before we do anything else, I have to shout you out, John. You have done a phenomenal job making the stream into a stream and not just a bunch of people on cameras talking at people. All of these transitions, all of the layouts and stuff, John has handled all this, all the music, everything in the background. He showed me his lovely little button thing he's got for like switching, his little switchboard. He has been doing a phenomenal job, and I cannot thank him enough for turning a group Discord thing that I made into a bunch of people actually getting to play games together. This is entirely thanks to him. Do not say otherwise. You would be a liar. You've done a phenomenal job.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank everybody.
No, here's your award. We also want to point out this is going to be an ongoing thing. It's going to be a bunch of sort of one-shots or short-form campaigns where we're going to be getting a bunch of different people from different podcasts. It's not going to be us every time. We will be on the next one because they have to finish this adventure. But after that, you probably saw if you were here for the break, you would have seen the ad for the Liminal game, which is coming up. That's going to be, I'm going to have to quickly jump onto our Twitter to remember all of the dates, because I'm terrible.
It's 12th, no, 8 time.
There we go.
Friday.
Yes, it's going to be the 12th of the 5th. Same time start, 8 p.m. UK time. That is going to feature Zach of Realms of Peril and Glory, Liv of Dicebreaker and 3 Black Halflings, Pip of Realms of Peril and Glory, Fiona from What Am I Rolling and the DM's Book Club, and Maddy from Realms of Peril and Glory. God damn it, guys. Did you not get the memo? We're meant to be splitting up.
Yeah,
But from what I understand, Liminal is a game, I believe, is it Zach will be running that one, Maddy?
He is indeed, yeah.
Yes.
And that is
yeah.
one he's run before for you guys, which is why so many of you are taking part in this one, because you know what the fuck is happening.
Yes, I am. I have not been able to play in this one, even though it is on the Realms of Peril and Glory feed. So this is my sneaky chance to dive in and get a taste of what it's like. Pip is a player in the regular campaign on Realms of Peril and Glory, playing the same character. And Liv and Fiona will be entirely new to this adventure.
Excellent. We will have more games coming up. I'm sure some of the guys here, I know I'm planning on either running or playing in a few more, and I'm sure some of the guys here are going to be doing the same. I think, Adam, have you got one upcoming? Are you playing in another one?
Yeah, we're just trying to work out, nail down some dates and some players, and we'll have it all put into place.
Excellent. So hopefully this is going to be something that continues for a long time, so long as people, even if one of you turn up to watch, we'll keep doing it. Hell, if you don't turn up and watch, if we're having fun, we're going to keep doing it. Stuff you guys. We do this for us. That said,
Speak for yourself. I like attention.
I mean, if I didn't like the sound of my own voice, I wouldn't be running 5 D&D games a week at the minute. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. We really do hope you've enjoyed this. I've had a lot of fun playing this. I hope these guys have had a lot of fun playing it and also hate me just a little bit more. That's it for this time, guys. Thanks very much. We'll hopefully see you all soon.
Thanks very much.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.